My dude, I'm 15. Jackie the Frost says, underage user, it's against the rules of the Discord, MF. Julio says, it's not against the rules.
There's some suspicious activity happening here.
The 15th Watcher says, I sent him a fully covered and clothed thigh picture once to get him to shut up.
Uh-oh. The minor was actually the groomer all along, guys.
15th is the one getting groomed here, bros.
Wait, that was their response? I made a joke before when I said that. Are they being fucking serious?
I mean, he's 15. It's not like he's grooming an 8-year-old.
Ah! Precure's a mod too?
I banned him because he was staunchly an anti-pedo Andy.
That's the thing that you said. You typed that out. This is the safe space for kids?
It's a fan server for the community. I don't get a vote in like moderation. I don't do any moderation on it.
The server I've been looking at is Leaflits' official Patreon server.
Wait a minute. Are you saying Leaflit's just a big old grifter lying about their control over the Discord?
I'm censoring Black's name because they claim to have been 14, but they might be an adult, pretending to be a minor, talking like this.
I never thought about that. What if it is an adult pretending to be a fucking kid to talk to other kids? It's almost like we just figured out the exact reason why children shouldn't be allowed in adult Discord. This Leaflit person's Discord is a fucking threat to children and their developing brains. Alright guys, I watched that Internet Versus video. The Discord, and it was like a little recap, but I really wanted to deep dive this. I actually posted the segment on the Papa Got Leftovers channel. I'm kind of playing around with it. No promises that I'm going to put longer segments on there permanently, but, you know, with things going on in my personal life, it's time that I polish up the main channel. I might just post one video a day. Gotta be time conscious as I move forward. Anyway, yeah, this made me want to do a deep dive, baby. So let's watch all these videos from Harmful Opinions. There are 4 of them. It's about Leaflit, huge Nux defender. We also covered her before, sweeping for Nux like super hard. I'll put that in the description as well. It's right here. Female Nux Taku desperately defends his groomer friendly behavior. True. But anyway, let's deep dive this. Enough of the preamble. Let's just go.
Oh, wow. A VTuber is actually going to take a look at that Nux Taku video.
Did they change their thumbnail? What the hell?
Of course.
Of course it's on bed. Was that the original thumbnail?
Oh. She didn't look at it at all.
No, she didn't.
And even just yapping around it and dodging anything where she'd have...
Wait, she did. Because I just took her thumbnail and flipped it. And then put my face on it. So she changed her thumbnail. It was different before. Why do that? That's so strange.
She didn't look at it. Actually...
Like, why do that? Why change the thumbnail? I don't know.
Sort of spine, she still managed to disappoint me. Leaflit is one of those supposedly religious people who pretend to be a cartoon on the internet and has
what? What the fuck?
all the fire in the world to spit at every other thing she looks at. Clearly understands how filth rots its surroundings and radiates outwards, affecting us all. But on the matter of the corruption of the next generations online, is fixated on the culpability of the parents.
Yo, I heard that she was 40. I heard she was... Oh, A/B testing. True. I forgot about A/B testing. That's a good point. I forgot about it. I have access to that. I just don't use it. It's like hard to plug things on my YouTube and my fucking shorts platforms. You know what I mean?
Ignoring entirely that what she's looking at is the next wave of parents who aren't...
Anyway, isn't she 40? Isn't she 40 and uses like a voice changer or something? A weirdo?
...going to look after their kids, and in fact will think all of what happens in the dark corners of Discord is fine. These are the people who are going to be the adults your kids are around in real life.
Yeah, well, they won't be, because I would never let my child around this fucking freak.
Where are the parents, she asks.
Of course. Where are the parents at?
Of course it's on.
She knows where, though. A huge chunk of
What the hell is happening?
Where are the parents, she asks.
Where are the parents at? Where are they at?
She knows where, though. A huge chunk of her content is talking about that.
Yeah. I don't understand where the parents at. Like, I get it. Your parents should be watching you, but there's only so much you could do on the internet. And it's like, you know, just like a little recap, and I'll link the Nux Taku video that I covered in the description. But just like a recap, like Nux was caught. He had a private Discord that you needed a Patreon sub. It was like $1, I think. And a 14-year-old was in there. Everyone knew the person was 14. It's almost impossible to say you didn't. The 14-year-old upped his pledge to $10, and Nux made an NSFW channel for this kid. So everybody was sending him stuff, especially one guy, to the point where this kid got like super distressed and dropped out of high school and had suicidal ideations. And then Nux Taku platformed the biggest creep of them all on like his podcast. So it's like, yeah, man, danger to children. Also, by the way, can we just talk about like how fucking insane this is? Like, just look at these thumbnails. These thumbnails are like all the same. It's like, it really just seems to be like, hey guys, I'm pretty relatable. Look at me. I'm just going to put like a static image and maybe my face is a react in the corner. Maybe use some AI in some of them. Oh, look, she does the same thing pretty much. Oh, look, Tectone does the same thing too. Oh, look, Nux does the same thing too. It's a weird genre, dude. It's a weird fucking genre, bro. What are you doing?
All these influences in the world didn't show up 5 years ago. The negligent or messed up parent of today was the kid being corrupted yesterday. It's a vicious cycle that needs to be broken somewhere, unless you're just okay with living in hell. I find that saying, "Not my fault, teehee," is little comfort as the world collapses around you. Let's be fair though. People wanting you to address stuff that has nothing
I don't like being fair.
to do with you is probably stressful. I could hear the tension in Leaflit's voice. She sounded like a 3-year-old with a severe temporomandibular deformity for the entire video.
But she's really 40, guys. Epic lolicon?
But I'm not personally aware of any tangible connection she has to the Nux
Guys, Chad, is this an epic lolicon moment? ELM. We love this.
stuff. So I get it kinda sucks people are pressing you to make comment on something like that. So instead, to make it more relatable and comfortable, let me give her something of her own.
Well, listen, I get it. Being like harassed into giving an opinion on something, right? Emaru was harassed recently into giving an opinion on ICE, which I think was unfair for her, especially since, she doesn't do any political content, right? So it makes no sense. It's not even in her realm. The thing is, two things. One, this is exactly what this fucking freak Leaflet does all the time. Just shitty slop drama politics. And number two, you could have just said, I'm not going to talk about it, and then left it at that. But she decided to run defense for Nux not knowing anything going on.
To address. But first, imagine this. There is a community hall, a space where people can gather and talk about a bunch of different things at a bunch of different tables. It's not necessarily targeted at kids, but kids 13 and up are explicitly welcome, and they do hang out there. Now, at the back of this hall, there is a walled-off area. That's where the porn theater is, and the adults who are hanging out in the mixed space pop in and out of there to masturbate together. So it's
That's fucking crazy, brother.
not just kids and adults hanging out, it's kids and adults who are there specifically to look at porn hanging out.
Yeah.
Now, that seems totally insane to me, but
Yeah, that is totally insane. And then you add the extra layer of these kids can just say, "Hey, I'm 18," and there's no meaningful verification. And I remember watching the Internet Versus video, and there was a moment where it was found out, and I think it'll be in one of these videos too. There was a moment where it was found out that one of the mods was just like, "Hey, just say you're 18, and we'll, it's not a big deal." It's like, oh, okay, that's fucking crazy.
But this actually outlines how many Discord servers are run, and how Leaflit's own is run. People have all sorts of arguments and hypotheticals about why that's fine, why it's safe, why it's a good idea, why it's okay. Personally, I prefer reality, so let's look at what actually happens when a server is arranged like this. Let's see what actually happens in Leaflit's server.
Isn't this I feel like is indicative of the entire world around us right now, especially online, right? What was the proposition that we just heard? Hey, there's a Discord server where 13 and up people are allowed in there, but we're also going to have an NSFW channel so that all the adults can jerk off. And by the way, all you have to do is say you're 18 and you can come jerk off with us. It's fucking crazy. And now we have to do an exercise as to why that's probably not good, because this person named Leaflit doesn't know how to handle their shit, because they were letting kids go into their NSFW fucking Discord, or just Discord, with NSFW shit in there, talking about how they're a femboy all day. But who would have been shocked? Look at this person. There's a 40-year-old MAGA woman, apparently, sitting there totally comfortable with fucking kids hanging out in Discord. What the fuck is that?
Meet Nur. Nur is an active user on Leaflit's Discord.
Whoa. I wonder why it says Nur.
Who was granted the Adults tag. This is acquired
right.
by contacting mods, and gives you access to the Adults channel. Well, the split between the mixed age areas and the Adult channel is razor sharp and based on some kind of verification. I don't know what they do. The behavior of the users who pass between these two spaces isn't quite so night and day. In the Blue Archive game channel that is open to everyone, early last year, Knur posted a picture of some character or other and said, "Ooh, oh, if you're
All right, that was weird.
not familiar, this is a lolicon thing." Another post from Knur should explain it. They say, "I'm a simple man, I see cunny, I ooh oh."
Guys, cunny can't be right. I don't want to look it up. I imagine it means vagina in some capacity. I imagine it means a vagina. But my thing is that it sounds like it's talking about a child's vagina. Right? Because it's hey, vagina, pussy, you can just use the word cunt. Censor this one this time, August. I saw that you missed the last time. Just gotta be safe. Right? That's how you would talk about an adult woman's vagina. Cunny? There's something about that doesn't sit right with me. Is it really that for lollies? I wouldn't. It makes sense. It's just weird. I don't know. I personally prefer bussy. You know what I'm saying?
Crying emoji. And this person talks about cunny a lot on the server.
Wow,
if you don't
stop.
understand what that means, I'll put it in the context of one of their conversations. Nurse says, women lose sexual value as they mature, and men gain sexual value as they mature.
What the fuck? What is wrong with people? What is wrong with you? You guys need to get head from a fucking MILF or something.
This predisposes us to prefer different ages. Exceptions exist, obviously.
No. I'm gonna live and die on this. I'm tired of this narrative that like men like younger women. I'm not gonna lie. When I'm fucking jerking my dick off to fucking TikTok like porn pages, which is probably bad for my mental health. Red gives. If I come across a younger girl like 19, 20, I'm probably gonna jerk it. But personally, I prefer older women. I think that you're supposed to, and this is just anecdotal for me, you're supposed to be attracted to women your age. I feel like that's biological. I mean, at this point, I'm attracted to fucking pregnant women. I don't know what it is. I think that men base their morals on what they want to fuck, and you know what I mean. Like, so that's my evolution. God, that's the evolution that. God has given me. And so, you're supposed to be attracted to fucking pregnant girls as you get older, mature women, saggy tits, just beautiful. This beautiful, hag maxing. That's fucking crazy, brother. So I really reject this. Like guys like younger girls. Guys that like younger girls are fucking weird. Okay. Like explicitly, like, again, it's cool. If you see a 20-year-old and you're like 30 or 40, you're like, oh, she's cute. That's fine. But if you're like, I don't find girls my age attractive, bro, you got a problem. You have a problem. You have a problem, dude. You have a problem. Yesterday, I was appalled at TikTok faps. Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? I'm a gooner. Okay?
Shortly after, they say, hag love is unnatural, embrace cunny. Now
Oh, my God.
that you understand, I'll hop back to that Blue Archive
I wish I didn't.
channel post. Someone responds to ask, how old is she? Nurse says, Your Honor, she told me she was old enough.
Stop, please.
The other user responds, all right, since I'm 13, I'm maybe good for now anyway.
Ban him. Ban this person from the Discord. Ban this person from all Discords forever.
Zam. Nurse says, damn, bro just admitted to being a toddler. At
Crazy.
least I'm honest. That's a good thing.
Well, how are you going to say bro and admit to being a toddler when you're sitting here talking about cunny? Come on, bro. You're fucking weird. These people are weird. I feel bad for this 13-year-old that's about to get groomed in some capacity into liking lolicon.
I'm going to go ahead and say that interactions like this shouldn't be happening. But, as I said earlier, we're going to be very fair. Maybe Leaflit or her mods would agree. Maybe they just didn't see it. So let's look at something mods did see.
Then you have a shitty-ass mods, bro. These people are on... No, see, I don't believe that. I'm an old school guy, so I think that somebody who's willing to sit down and like look through a Discord all day, listen, that's a lot. But I also understand that these people are just like sitting there like with notifications on. It makes them feel good about those. Oh, there's a notification by Discord. Oh, you know what I mean? So these motherfuckers are seeing everything that's going on and they're reading all of it. They don't have anything better to do.
Multiple times.
These are the same people who sit here and spend hours a day building their World of Warcraft house. I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry.
Meet Black. On the 24th of September 2025.
Goku?
Black posted a couple of screenshots and said help.
I'm afraid right now.
In these screen caps, which I think are from VR chat or something similar, someone had added him and asked his age. He had told them he's 14. A user in Leaflits chat makes a good suggestion. Block, report, no pout.
Yes, exactly. Do that. This is what we call one of your virtuous lolicon consumers.
But why, says Black. What if she's my age? You don't want to see my username for Meta or the newer messages, by the way. Another user says women don't talk to men online, it's a bot or a man. Black says cap. The good advice user says no one normal is going to chat with you with that username. She's correct about that. The fact that she didn't nope is a major red flag.
What's the name? Do we not get to see it?
Also, are you actually 14? If so, you need to be very careful online. True. There's discussion on
Yeah, those are true.
how to be safe and how using Discord that young is a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, I generally agree with you, dude.
My age. You don't want to see, says cap. Nope is on how to.
I wouldn't be using Discord that young, good God. Exactly, not safe. Discord is not structured for minors in most cases. You can get into a bad situation very easily. Go chill with kids your own age and be safe. I mean, at least these people aren't that fucking crazy. This Discord should not be allowed to have children in it, though. Robin, don't call me. I'm on Discord.
To be safe.
15 next month. Oh, thought that really mature then. Anyways, I blocked her a while ago, LOL. Should I hang out with my niece? Good. Now find somewhere safe with people your own age. Don't let random sketchy people into private DMs. And if anyone in the Discord DMs you, ignore it. Don't trust anyone on the internet. Actually, in that case, I would suggest informing one of the mods. Okay. While we are at it, turn off Discord DMs, message requests only, and tell Discord to scan content. Sure.
And how using Discord that
All right, fair enough.
was a bad idea. Black complains about how he's treated just because he's a kid, and finally,
Well, yeah, you're a fucking kid. You should be treated differently.
the mods are pinged. P-Dog says, at moderators, underage user. The mod Crazy responds, okay, we'll make sure to not give them the role for the hentai channel. It
Bro, what the fuck? Why do you have a hentai channel in a server where a 13-year-old's in there?
is not against the rules to be
14, excuse me.
under 18 here, just don't be a retard or Tylenol user.
Whoa! I take offense to the Tylenol user.
Geo says, Crazy is my favorite mod. P-Dog posts a meme. And another mod called Dackerbird says,
Don't get groomed, kid. Wow, that's great. Tell this kid not to get groomed.
also, don't get groomed, kid. Discord is a dangerous place. Now, there's something I didn't show you. Did you catch that?
Okay.
First, though, let me explain something. I'm censoring Black's name because they claim to have been 14, and currently they would be 15. And that's normally as far as people think about it. But they might also actually
Damn. That kid said that they were 15 next month, so this could have been a month ago that they were 14.
be an adult, pretending to be a minor, talking like this. And what would that mean? You don't mess around when stuff like this is happening.
Oh shit, I never thought about that. What if it is an adult pretending to be a fucking kid to talk to other kids? Holy shit, dude. It's almost like we just figured out the exact reason why children shouldn't be allowed in adult discords, because you have horny weirdos putting lolly in the NSFW channels, saying, hey, I'm 14 years old, hoping for an actual 14-year-old to go, me too, me too. Then all of a sudden they're developing a private friendship for however many months, and then boom, this guy's getting fucking images from an actual child. Holy fuck, all of a sudden they meet up together. Oh my god, turns out they were both lying and they're both grown men. And then they team up together and they go molest a child. This is what I'm talking about, dude. This is why you have to be fucking safe, dude. This is disgusting. This is why you shouldn't allow this type of behavior.
You pay attention. Unless you
Aren't I a horny weirdo? Dude, I fucking jerk off to hairy armpits. Shut the fuck up, okay? I'm not looking at fucking lolicon. Leave me the fuck alone, all right? Don't sit here and categorize me into this shit. All right? My shit is mine is natural. Okay? I'm a normal human being. You shut the fuck up, dude. All right?
you're okay with a kid making themselves a target or a predator operating on your server, depending on whether they're telling the truth or lying. Now, what I didn't show you were the two pictures he posted. In the first, you just see the person making contact with him in whatever this is. In the second image, though, three things jump out immediately. You've got him telling the stranger he's 14. You can see, though, that the messages are scrolled up a bit.
Okay.
In the top left, you can see that the latest message he sent this person was, "Can I see your boobs?"
Wow. Well, that happened. Incredible.
My opinion, whether he's telling the truth about his age or not, at this point, axe the guy. Get rid of him. Mods have been pinged into a highly suspect conversation.
I mean, I agree.
Surely they looked at these pictures. But it gets much worse. On the right-hand side of this second image, Black's Discord is open. Whoever he's messaging says hi. He says, "What's up?" They say, "None much, just chilling, my headache better." He says, "Dubs, would you show thighs? You are 17, right?" So
What the fuck? That's the 14-year-old? Okay, incredible.
solicitation of lewd pictures from someone he believes to be under 18. Whether Black is actually 14 or an adult pretending to be 14, no. A couple months later,
Yeah, I mean, if they're actually 14, then that's just inappropriate. But if they could be an adult trying to get like fucking nudes from a kid, dude. It's weird. It's weird shit.
so once again alerted to Black's behavior. He constantly talks about sexual things and his thirst
I love Black's behavior, personally. I'm just kidding. Okay, wait. All right, we're gonna move on.
for femboys, and it annoys the other users. Sean says to him, "Seriously, man, stop trying to force your gay femboy shiz onto everyone else to avoid accepting that you are gay." Black responds to an earlier post and says, "My dude, I'm 15.
I think this guy might actually be a weird gooner 14 or 15-year-old.
Yagami VT says, "Mods," in all caps. Floating Chi says mods. Jackie the Frost says mods. Holy Dandere actually tags them, and so does Yagami. Jackie the Frost says, "Underage user." Black says, "It's not illegal." Julio
It's not about being illegal, bro. Get him out of here.
shows up confused.
Get him out of here.
Yagami says, "It's against the rules of the Discord, MF." Julio says, "It's not against the rules." Julio, by the way, is not just a mod. He is Leaflit's producer. You can see that on his LinkedIn.
It's also the guy that cuts my lawn.
And also, here's a clip of Leaflit.
On YouTube.
Wait, is his what? His what?
Not just a mod. He is Leaflit's producer. You
What the hell is a producer? What the fuck does that mean? What do they produce?
can see that on his LinkedIn. And also, here's a clip of Leaflit.
On YouTube, I'm not even the head decision maker. I have a producer handling that. His name is Julio.
They have a gig
Hold on, what was that thing that flashed on the screen? I don't understand what a producer is. The stuff that you talk about. Till I'm a producer. What does this mean? What does it mean till I'm a producer? What does that mean?
They have a giggle about it, and editor seems more accurate. But who am I to argue with the guy's CV? Nun163 says to Black, 15 and you want to F dudes? You're chopped, cooked, and bald, my guy.
Damn, bald at 15, it's rough.
Black responds, I already said I'm 15, broski. Holy Dandere says this server is 18 plus, dingus. Black says cap. Julio asks where it says that. Floating cheese.
Actually, the entire server's not 18 plus. It's just the porn area that is easily acceptable to children.
He says 15 and already gay and porn addicted.
Whoa, that is bad. I mean, gay is fine, but porn addicted? Discuss.
Now Julio is correct, and the presence of minors is referred to in the rules, in a very strange rule. Rule 6. Act like responsible adults. Even if you may not be 18, know that this is treated as an adult server.
Could you just imagine telling a fucking child, hey, could you act like an adult? It's just like, no, they can't. Children think that they're adults. That's why they're stupid. I thought I was very mature for my age. Okay, that weird old lady that smelled strange at the library kept telling me that as she stroked my leg. But like, you think that you're an adult. You think that you're more mature for your age. But you're not. You're stupid. You're a dumb fucking kid. That's why you keep kids out of things. Except for school. You keep them in school. Okay?
Lots of ways to interpret that. Here's how Black interprets it. It says you can be a minor, but act like adult. That certainly is what he's doing. Mods are fully aware he's not being stopped. Okay, your life could be a lot easier if you just nuked kids on site and kept a damper on pervert stuff, so if they do get in, it's not going to be the end of the world. Easy for me to say though, because I'm not a porn-addicted queer who enjoys hanging out and sharing spank bank material with others.
Yeah, it is kind of weird to me that you would want to jerk off with buds. I don't know. I just always found that uncomfortable talking about. That's just, isn't it weird? Like, I've seen that at the, when I used to work for the bus company, there were some guys, sometimes they would talk about the girl that the porn stars they like. It's so strange to me. It's fucking weird. Just weird.
So I suppose I need to check my privilege there. I'm not Christian like them. I don't have a Bible study channel.
They have a Bible study channel? There's a Bible study channel in their fucking NSFW channel? In their NSFW Discord server? How are we going to have a hentai, lolicon NSFW channel and a Bible study channel? What?
Channel. So I guess in my faithless state, I'm just blind to the need for this. Now, Black will be reported to mods one more time. And this third time, a lot of very, very strange stuff occurs. I've got like 50 screen caps. I'm going to show the whole situation, but I'm not going to read everything. Hello, femboy trans Indian.
Okay.
Says Black. Oh, hey, look, it's Nerf from earlier. Mpreg reaction. It says not trans in light version. Black asks them.
What?
Thigh highs. Kazai reports them.
Okay.
Tags mods and says minor acting like a horn dog in general chat. Black calls
ban him. Ban him. Ban him.
them a snitch. There's a bunch of continued chit-chat. Black says goodbye, but he doesn't leave. Finally, Julio, Leaflits mod and employee, shows up. I have a ping here, he says. Black says, I admit, I am the wrongdoer. Time me out, mod. I must learn. Julio says, Julio makes a poll.
Julio makes a poll for the miner. He's creating a nice big old poll for that miner. We love to see it, dude.
Asking, ban the miner, yes or no, and says, your fate will be decided by chat.
Why? What the fuck is this? Why would these people, why would they, oh, they all voted yes. For some reason I interpret it as like, don't ban the miner. Okay, why would one person vote no? That's what I wanted. Oh, it's probably the miner. Okay, this is a good thing. For some reason my brain interpreted this opposite of like, don't ban the miner for some reason. My fucking brain is on fucking something today, dude. Okay, good. They're banning the miner.
Other users support it. Black says a ban is too harsh, sir. Perhaps a warn. Dave Boy shares a picture of Black talking about his
Perhaps a ban. Perhaps a ban.
Sexuality and age. Black says if it's necessary, then goodbye, people. Julio says, I accept PayPal
This guy said rest and piss.
to change your ban to timeout. I have seen fans of
What?
then
I accept PayPal to change. That's fucking weird. Okay.
goodbye, people. Julio says, I accept PayPal to change your ban to timeout. I have seen fans of Leaflits say that this was an obvious joke. However,
I don't know, dude. Maybe.
Julio has in fact accepted money to do things on the server using his mod powers before. For instance, he accepted $5 over PayPal to give someone else a name change.
Oh, well, that's probably a little different, but
His PayPal link is not exactly
what did he name himself?
powers before. For instance, he
Dave of the Abyss.
accepted $5 over PayPal
What?
to give someone else a name change.
Oh, he changed his name to like Julio or something. Who cares? What the fuck?
His PayPal link is not exactly hidden, so what would the punchline of that joke have been? Getting paid by this person who says they're a kid and is behaving like that to
Stealing mommy's money to not get banned so I can look at my goon server?
let them stay? I don't get the joke and I don't find it very funny. Black says, I'm a kid, why would I have money?
Dude, what the fuck is all this shit?
That to let them stay? I don't get the joke and I don't find it very funny. Black says,
What the fuck is this? All right, whatever.
I'm a kid. Why would I have money? Julio
This is a good point.
says, we all know you steal your single mother's card for Robux. Black says, very well. Julio then offers for anyone to PayPal him 20 to stay. Leaflits employee is trying to sell the server continued access to someone who says they're a kid and, quote, acts like a horn dog. This
Yeah, he's supposed to... Guys, this kid's supposed to act like an adult. It's basically his fault for acting like not an adult here.
is one of the most insane things I have ever seen on Discord. You know, if you think about it, it's really the parents' fault that my producer is auctioning children in my Discord. Then Black ends
Yeah, true.
up saying, goodbye now, I will send myself out. Julio responds, go on, do it then. The users continue to
He said no balls. They haven't dropped yet.
chit-chat about this and that until eventually they talk about Black again. The 15th Watcher says, hello everyone, how are y'all doing? Dave Boy says they kicked out a miner, so fantastic. Well, rather he surrendered. The 15th Watcher says, yeah, I know.
What does him surrendering mean?
He won't get out of my DMs. Dave Boy says question mark. Why? Asks Ordo. 15th Watcher responds, he keeps saying sus things about me despite me not being a minor.
What the fuck? Uh-oh. The minor was actually the groomer all along, guys. Grooming adults, dude. It's not Leaflit's fault.
What? Did he need $20? Asks Dave Boy. Kiss of Envy says the block button is OP. 15th Watcher says he's a simp and keeps wanting me to send thigh pics.
Dude, what the fuck is that? Just Google thigh pics, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? Go use AI Grok to create thigh pictures of anime girls, dude. That's why they made it. They made it for incels that are fucking socially awkward and engage in like, what is it called? What is it called? The behavior of not a normal person. Antisocial behavior. That's what it's for. AI porn is for people with antisocial behavior, okay?
Dear viewer, please remember this. Sounds like you should have blocked him a while ago.
Surrender means he probably left by himself. Wouldn't he be able to just like rejoin then? I don't really know how any of these things work.
WTF is his issue. In response to the block button suggestion, the 15th Watcher says, I feel too bad for him. As before with this person, what? Dave responds quizzically. Kiss says he's a minor though. No point in talking to him. The 15th Watcher says he is so desperate.
Why are you talking about it so much? Just fucking ban him.
Kiss says
Or just like block him.
he needs to find friends his own age, not adults on the internet.
True.
Dave Boy says, do not negotiate with horny little boys that want femboy thigh pics.
All right, I generally agree. I just don't like that you said it like that. That made me uncomfortable.
15th Watcher says, good point. Guess they just never really thought about this. It really is complex, isn't it?
Yeah, true. I guess it's complex if you're a fucking kid.
They briefly discuss how Black was doxing himself to them. I don't know if that's
What?
true or not, and I don't trust these people to be able to check. Dave Boy says, do not porn brain the youth. You made the right call.
True, you don't want to be porn brained. I had that happen to me. I already told the story about how my mom used to take me to the home office for White Castle. She used to work there. And on the weekend, she would take me and she would do work in her office, and I would go into the other office, the bigger office. That was when they used to have people would answer the phones, in America. And I would look at some nasty shit. Long story short, they installed cameras in there because of me. So, crazy world. The crazy part of the story is that like I existed at a time before cameras were normalized. I was fucking blasting my shit at like 12 or 13 years old, maybe 14, in a home office of White Castle. I was blasting my fucking shit, and they didn't have cameras yet. That's how crazy it was. That's how crazy that is. Now it's normal. I ruined it. Yeah, I did. I ruined it for all the women there. They were all women that worked there. They were like office ladies. You know how it is. One time I got on one of the rolly chairs and I flew myself across the room and I hit my nose on a water fountain and I broke my nose. I didn't break it. I just got a bloody nose. Thankfully, it was the Black's only water fountain, so nobody was really hurt. That's a joke. That's a joke. They didn't hire black people. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody in the office was like black and Hispanic, actually. Did I clean up at least? I was a kid. I would just go right. I would just release it right where it was inside my underwear. If I'm being absolutely truthful to you, I'm getting a little too deep into this, and then I would just stew in it all day. I probably smell like fucking. I probably was such a disgusting child. There's something fucking wrong with me, dude. Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
And the next message is from Julio, the mod. Leaflits employee, the one called the producer who seems to be an editor. Given the conversation he's been watching, what do you think he says? Take a guess. 3, 2, 1. He has not been banned yet.
Oh my god. Wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that.
Other users had to continue to work to convince him to finally ban Black. Finally, It's over. Except for one thing. Do you remember that person who said, oh, they didn't want to block him because he's so desperate? He's
Yeah, that person was kind of weird too.
Constantly trying to riz them, begging for thigh pics. After what appears to be the moment of the actual ban finally happening, that person goes on to talk about how he's constantly trying to date them. They know he's constantly trying to flirt with adults. By the way, this idea...
I feel like this person has reciprocated in some capacity. That's why they haven't blocked him yet. There's something going on. There's some suspicious activity happening here.
If two people say they're underage, doing that stuff together is fine. No, that's exactly how sextortion happens.
I mean, listen, if they're actually both like 14, it's not appropriate, but it's none of my fucking business. But I'm not convinced. This is online stuff, you know? The 14-year-olds so fucking weird. But still, I don't know. One of them can be an adult. It's strange shit, dude.
That's how predators get their victims. Besides the point, though. If black is the age they say they are, which this person certainly believes, something I think is pretty damn bad has occurred. 23 minutes after the actual ban, the 15th Watcher says...
Well, the worst thing is that Leaflet created a space for a bunch of kids to start sending each other porn of each other. That's kind of fucking insane that you'd want to allow that network to exist. That dude's 19? How do you know that?
I already have dread thinking about my past interactions with him. I sent him a fully covered and clothed thigh picture once to get him to shut up. I fear it made it much, much worse.
I told you. I told you, dude. I told you.
I never imagined I'd find myself saying this, but apparently it needs to be stated. If someone on the internet claiming...
I told you that person was doing some weird shit with that kid.
...to be a child is pursuing you, do not send them pictures of your thighs, clothed or not. And the people observing this, including Julio, Leaflits mod and employee, apparent editor, producer, so on. This is just normal to you people?
I think the depravity is too far, chat. I think it's gone too far. I think this is what you get. This is the fruit of degeneracy. That's what this is. It's the absolute fruit of degeneracy and depravity.
Oh, what?
What could they possibly be talking about there? Probably fucking trans people or something like that. You know, these fucking weird people that make unsafe spaces for kids are always complaining about trans people. All right, that's round one. Let's do round two, baby. Do round two.
Yesterday, I uploaded a video which, amongst other things,
pointed
out an individual in Leaflits
What
server
the hell?
who just a couple months ago was talking about how another user who claimed to be 15 was trying to riz them up, begging to date him, begging for pictures.
You keep saying claim. I feel like you know something I don't know.
So on and so forth. A mod and employee called Julio was clearly reading this conversation and stepped in to say that the guy saying he's 15 has not been banned, only banning him later under more pressure from the users. A little while later, the user who said this person who claims to be 15 was pursuing them explained that they once sent him a picture of their thigh, fully clothed.
We were here. We watched that 4 seconds ago.
To get him to shut up. And I suggested that this is totally insane, clothed or not. In Leaflits community, this appears to be the main thing that was picked up on, and people demanded action. A mod who goes by Precure in Leaflits Discord actually took it very seriously.
How many fucking mods are in this goddamn Discord? There was only 14 people who voted on that in one poll. I don't understand. How many mods do you need?
They even went as far as calling it grooming.
It's like they have as many mods as there are kids in this Discord because it's not safe for children.
Here is what Leaflits mod had to say about the 15th Watcher, the person who sent the photo. 15th is the one getting groomed here, bros.
Okay. What?
And posts evidence in the form of the person who claimed to be 15 saying, "Wanna go out, I have super good riz." Perhaps that's irresistible to
great stuff.
People like you. I would simply not send the child a picture of myself, of any kind. Prior to that, Precure was complaining about my video, calling it bad faith and complaining that it doesn't give them a clear idea of anything wrong happening.
Wait, that was their response? Their response was to say that I think that person, that the adult, I think they're an adult, that the adult is getting groomed by the kid? Is that like on I made a joke before when I said that. Are they being fucking serious?
And they in fact have counter evidence that I suppose they're upset I didn't include. You see, they have evidence that the child was asking for it very aggressively.
Oh, well, the child was asking for it. What are you supposed to do? You can't say no to a child.
Someone asks Precure what they're trying to prove, and they explain that they're proving it's a 15-year-old taking advantage of that person.
Holy dude, the shit that goes on in a weird 40-year-old MAGA Lollicon's Discord. The shit that goes on in a 40-year-old Lollicon's Discord, dude. This is fucking crazy. Are you fucking serious right now? There's unironically sitting here talking about how a 15-year-old's taking advantage of somebody because they have autism, I guess. This is fucking crazy. This is the safe space for kids. Leaflet, good job.
There's no power imbalance because they're both retarded. I was told this was a based VTuber community, but that is literally the wokest thing I have ever heard in my life.
That is true. That is fucking super woke.
Goth asks, where's the controversy? Precure says, they're trying to get us to ban the retard who got groomed.
Whoa! Too many of those words, guys. You're using up your number here.
by the minor. In response to the earlier post about there being no power imbalance, Kiss of Envy says forget the power imbalance then. The fact a legal adult is sending any sort of provocative pics to a minor is a problem.
True.
Precure responds, I mean he's 15.
That sounds like you don't think 15 is a child.
It's not like he's grooming an 8-year-old.
Ah! That's crazy. I think that maybe we need some capital punishment for people like this. We got to stop with this stuff, man. We got to stop with this stuff. You know, if you wanted to sit down and say, guys, I am an educated person. I have a master's degree in child psychology or something, and I want to have a deep conversation with other educated, like-minded people about the difference between, you know, different stages of development when it comes to, you know, people predatorizing them. And fine. Keep that. That's fine. But when you're sitting here, when you're like, hey, guys, a child is interacting with an adult, and your thing is like, well, they're not really the childish child in the entire world. You got to be on a list. What are you fucking like? What are you, Megyn Kelly? What are you, Nicholas Fuentes? What do you want to? What are you, Donald Trump, who probably raped children because he's hiding the Epstein list? Probably keeps me legally safe, guys. Don't worry. It's also likely, but yeah, man, you got to not do that. You can't be doing that. That's weird as hell. That's weird as hell. That means that you're a threat to society. One of you people told me to Google Precure Hunter. The guy that's talking about how it's kind of okay to talk to 15-year-olds sexually. This is what you're the hunter of? You know, I find it very strange. I don't understand where we went. How did we get here as a society? I remember when I was growing up, we said bullying is bad. And I think that's a beautiful message. And now, what the fuck? And also, weird that these people are conservative. You'd expect a bunch of weird liberals to do this shit. Pockets of, like, cringe liberals, like 15-year-old liberals on the internet doing this shit. But why is it when it comes to, you know, usually being trans, you know, you're usually on the left, which actually makes sense because you're advocating for your rights. But when it comes to liking this, most likely sexually, all of a sudden they're fucking MAGA. Why is it so comfortable to be attracted to children in the Republican Party right now?
Julio says, guys, stop asking for pictures of people. Kiss responds, even if it's a clothed thigh pic, it's a liability for an adult to be sending any kind of pics to minors, honestly. It's
never in my life have I had to have a conversation like this with somebody. Isn't that fucking crazy?
a liability to everyone. Julio says, I agree, which is why I asked when did it happen and why he wasn't banned, or at the very least told to stop being stupid.
Bro, come on. You're the band man.
As I showed at the start of this video, it happened 2 months ago, and they weren't banned because you were in the conversation and chose not to do that, Julio. Ultimately,
True. Julio, you're fucking up, bud. You're fucking up.
Precure does ban the weirdo, but not because of any of that.
Precure's a mod too? What the fuck?
Because of the worst thing, of course. The hypocrisy. I banned him because he was staunchly an anti-pedo Andy.
Okay. That's the thing that you said. You typed that out and you put that out there. I think these people are too comfortable with VPNs. They think that the VPN protects them. I think that's what's happening here.
But also, DMing teenagers.
It's a hypocrisy got you?
You can't be both of those at the same time unless you're projecting and actually a pedo.
I'm so confused. Was it the hypocrisy that got you there? Is it the hypocrisy you got there? Or are you trying to say that... Are you trying to say that they're anti-pedophile and they're also DMing teenagers? So that means that you think that they're trying too hard? So they're actually pro-pedophile, but you're not saying that you support the pedophile stuff. But then at the same time, this is the same ass motherfucker who said, hey guys, it was like, oh, well, it's not pedophilia if they're 15. It's not like they're going after an 8-year-old. Like, you don't think that DMing teenagers is pedophilia. Like, that's your harsh stance. You have a very hard stance against. This is fucking. These people are fucking weird, dude. These people, you know what? These people are debate fucking pedophiles. That's what these people are. Oh my god! Could you imagine sitting in Discord? Actually, a 15-year-old, it's not actually pedophilia. I know that an adult is sending them thigh pictures and sexually conversing with them, but this is not technically a pedophilia. Actually, like we learned this outside of the modern education system, which is totally broken. It's called ebophilia. Oh. Bro, what the fuck are you doing, dude? What are you talking about, bro? This is insane. Stop it. Stop. This isn't normal. Stop it. You should be talking about Charizard or something. Well, you're an adult. You should get... This person needs to be forced into a... This person needs to be forced to go bowling with their family. This guy, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta be forced into a weird, uncomfortable, boring situation. Holy fuck. There's still a mod?
So long as you do that stuff and say it's good, you're clear. What is wrong with all of these people? I feel like this server has been created to make me lose my mind.
Dude, I'm a shit.
The child auction from the last video had me sitting at my computer, unable to move for like 20 seconds.
The fucking child auction's crazy.
Stun locked. Now, this was a short video, but, you know, when people address things I cover, I should cover that too, right? All these based VTubers are like religious communities too, right?
Children-based,
So let's end with a religious message. Do you guys know the story of the flood? That's sort of how I view all the incoming changes and regulations to the internet and all its platforms. The digital world has been allowed to fester and rot entirely, and so what do we get? A digital world-ending event. People like to say this is happening because parents don't do their job. But I have some bad news. That's actually the first part of the argument for regulation and restriction. It goes like this. It's the parent's responsibility. They've abdicated that responsibility. Therefore, we get to step in, create a vacuum, and it will be filled.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. The parents are the ones that are like, hey, can you please help us? Because we... Like, dude, you know what? It's crazy. You know, this is... It's crazy because, like, these people are talking about how it's, like, the parent's responsibility or whatever. And again, I get to a degree, I understand it. But could you imagine being a parent that's not terminally online? This is the biggest issue. It's these fucking 40-year-olds. You got these fucking 40-year-old weird lolicon freaks on the internet who know how Discord works, and they're like, why don't the 40-year-olds with children understand this? All I do is sit down all day and jack off and send lolly to other people in my NSFW Discord. They should be doing the same all day so they understand this platform. What are you, fucking insane? People are working real jobs. They can't just slap a weird VTuber model on and be an absolute fucking moron on the internet all day.
You're not countering them. You're agreeing with them. Dipshit. We never had much of a chance against it, but the only chance we did have was to develop a culture of zero tolerance for this shit. To be able to say, no, actually, you don't need to replace the role of the parents. The basic duty that every adult has towards protecting children is enough, just like it is in real life. It should be enough to just go after and deter the people who have done and would do something wrong. That's all we need from you, power. Thanks. We're not savages. This isn't Hell World, but it is. But the most basic
Fuck is Hell World?
Values have gone out the window. Our culture in real life is a rotting patchwork, and online it's worse. Essentially, none of this will be happening if people could just simply not be totally insane. The fault of the parent is negligence. Whether or not anything happens to their kid, they have done something wrong if they aren't looking after them. The fault of the person who does things with or to that kid is what they have done. The fault of the observer is inaction. It is good to do things about that which you are able. And not only that, to not do so creates space. Space for power to creep in. You guys are gamers, right? How has the games industry historically countered government intervention? They don't just go, oh, parents should be able to control this. Oh no, guess we'll get regulated the f***. Nothing I could do, dude. It's actually the fault of people who pointed out that kids gambling is bad, right? That would be retarded. Even if you don't personally care, like the games industry certainly doesn't, you're going to get rammed up the ass with that strategy. And
Yeah, true. I mean, I think a better a better comparison to get them to understand is just compare everything to trans people. Because these are the types of people. Because again, there's I've been saving this clip. But these people believe this. Just watch this.
They wanted them there rather than on LGBT/trans servers.
So this is originally an 18+ server that at some point they decided to open up to kids. I don't know when exactly or why, and my obvious suggestion is to go back to that. I don't think that's too crazy or evil
So I
or
know
unfair
why.
at all. People have touched
Leaflet told me.
Why don't you tell us why they were okay with children being in a server with NSFW content?
And I don't necessarily agree with this opinion.
And also that there was weird people in DMs fucking sending each other thigh pics and shit. Some weird, creepy shit.
This is just what she told me the mindset was.
Yeah, what's the mindset?
They don't want kids to go to Discord servers that like would be full of trans individuals and trans ideologies.
Of course.
And they would like to educate kids better. My personal opinion is kids just shouldn't be on the internet, period, and you should advocate for kids getting off of the internet.
Yeah, so you're also on my list of you're a fucking freak. Just to be clear, we're talking about a Discord server that has NSFW channels where they send a lolicon porn to each other. But they do have a Bible study voice channel, so that makes it better. And the logic here that this person accepts to a degree, and I will explain that. The logic that this person accepts to the degree where it's just a simple disagreement is that we should let these children in here who are trying to have sexual conversations with adults so that it keeps them away from trans people. These fucking weird MAGA freaks that are with mods in the Discord sitting here in response to this going, well, they weren't 8 at least. At least the 15-year-old wasn't 8. So it's really that bad. That's what they're doing. What the fuck are you talking about? This is who's having this conversation. These are the people that are talking about how they're afraid of trans people. And I'm going to rope this person in too, because you would never accept that. No normal person would ever accept, I want children in my NSFW Discord or Discord with an NSFW channel so that they don't talk to a trans person. That's fucking insane. You'd say, like, you're fucking weird. Their response is like, hey guys, I know that we're all lolicons on the internet. We're adults with fucking PFPs of 11-year-olds, but I just don't think children should be online. That's just stupid. Dude, you're a weird freak too. You're all freaks. You're all freaks. What's my issue? They have child porn and Bible study. It's just them recreating the Vatican. That's true. Actually, fuck me, dude. Actually, you're right. You're right, dude. They're just being religiously conscious. They're just doing it with they're Vaticaning it up. You're right, dude. You know what? You're right. You owned me on that one with fucking facts and logic there. Thank you. I appreciate the help on that one. Bro, but it's fucking weird, honestly. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. I mean, give me a goddamn break. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
That's the strategy we've collectively chosen for years and years and years. So guess what happens to us? You can argue as much as you want that jumping out a window shouldn't hurt you, but eventually you're going to hit the ground, and blaming others will do little to heal your shattered legs. Yesterday.
So true, King. Unless you fall on your head, then you'll become a Leaflet fan. We'd love to see that.
Yeah, but that was...
Whoa!
There's going to be a hefty intro on this one, boys. But
this is the third video.
I'm sure someone in the comments will provide a timestamp if you want to see where I start looking at Leaflit's comments. Over and over, in response to my last couple of videos in comments and elsewhere, I see people very upset that I'm blaming Leaflet for this stuff that was done in her Discord. I feel...
Where the fuck? What? Who would be upset with that? It's insane. Who's the most responsible party? It's the person's... It's their Discord. This is fucking crazy to me, dude.
There's been a misunderstanding. I said Leaflet should address it. I didn't say answer for. I didn't say be punished for.
Why? Why wouldn't they be punished for? It was their fucking Discord server.
I said it's something I'd like to see her address, as in give attention to and fix. In my first video, I showed an example of someone who says they're 14 and 15, repeatedly talking sexually with other members in a mixed-age Discord, having attention drawn to them over and over and over again, and being allowed to remain. When they were finally banned, it was only because of pressure that was kept up by the people who wanted this kid gone.
They created the atmosphere where this was allowed.
And I made the suggestion of simply banning minors. To quote myself, I said,
yeah, you should have never allowed minors in the first place, dude. What the hell? Put them back in the mines, bro. What the fuck?
Your life could be a lot easier if you just nuked kids on sight. This wouldn't even...
Well, I mean, that seems to be what Trump is doing, so I guess he's based. Is that true?
Then actually be a new policy. It would be a rollback. You can see in 2021 that they used to do this. They used to get rid of any kids they knew about.
Wait, sorry, what?
So this is a see.
I know that this convo happened hours ago at this point, but I still want to comment on it. I'm not here to police anyone's speech, nor am I going to. I am only here to ensure the Discord server itself does not get banned. We are an 18+ server, and we'll expect everyone to act like adults that we're all supposed to be. If you're reading this and are not over 18, please message me so I can bonk you. That being said, general edginess isn't against the rules of this land. Direct repeated attacks against an individual as a person or use racial slurs, posts of shock imagery are the only things that will ban you for it, to be honest. Just please don't do something that's going to get us to repeat what happened last year. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, why was it that 5 years ago they were doing the right thing and they all of a sudden decided to stop doing that? What changed in 5 years that made you go, no, we should allow children in our Discord. That's fucking insane.
In 2021 that they used to do this. They used to get rid of any kids they knew about. So this is originally an 18 plus server that at some point they decided to open up to kids. I don't know when exactly or why, and my obvious suggestion is to go back to that. I don't think that's too crazy or evil or unfair at all.
But this makes it worse to me because it's like, okay, you know, I mean, it's bad either way, but you're telling me that there was a time where they didn't allow minors and then they decided to start allowing minors. Why would you make that change? They didn't become any less edgy. In fact, it seems like they became more edgy. So why would you... Well, that doesn't make any fucking sense. That's like a huge red flag. What the fuck?
People have talked a lot about what I'm trying to do to Leaflit. What I'm trying to do is get her to do something like that. Listen to what I say in those videos. Doesn't matter if you can say it's not my fault if what you're doing is letting everything go to shit. That's my repeated argument. I think what I'm suggesting is quite clear. Now, many people in the comments have argued that I can't suggest Leaflit do anything about this because she's not the owner of the server. It's nothing to do with her.
Well, she's not. It's her server. What? She's not the owner of the server. It's her server. I don't... okay. Are we saying that it's a server that's directly linked to her Discord, but she just doesn't run it, so it's not her fucking responsibility? Why is she so hands-off when it comes to her brand? What?
And Leaflit can be seen in there saying, I literally do not own this server, did you know that? She said that a few times, and in 2025 you can see her saying technically it's a fan server. And many people have...
Technically it's a fan... I mean, if you have to use the word technically here, it sounds like there's a little more to this than meets the eye.
Told me her server is the Patreon one. And this is a common source of confusion. The server I've been looking at is Leaflit's official Patreon server. One of my little minions went to Leaflit's Patreon.
Wait a minute. That's fucking insane. Okay, so apparently there's technically it's just my fan server. That was her response to these allegations, but it actually turns out it was her fucking private Patreon server. Okay, got it. That's funny.
If you buy into the £8 or the £39 tier, you will be granted Discord access and Patreon exclusive channel access. When you use the link that Patreon gives you to get that Discord access, it is this server. If it's true that she has no power over it, I think she probably shouldn't be selling people access to it and access to channels within it. Another interesting thing to note, while people point to Leaflit saying she's not the owner, and they say the mods run it, none of the comments or messages I've read say which one is the owner. Other people like Gibbs on Twitter and KF have...
No, actually it's my producer. It's probably going to be her producer that technically owns it or some dumb bullshit like that.
I've done similar with other tools as well, but I used a better Discord plugin called Permissions Viewer to take a look. And it turns out that the mod who has the owner role is someone called Asari Mitsuha. Leaflit fans will certainly know who this is. For
I have no fucking idea who that is. What?
people not familiar, Leaflit's main channel isn't Leaflit, it's Leaflit and Asari. This is the other half. This is Leaflit's mother. This is who the
Her mother co-signs this pathetic, disgusting behavior. Okay, what a mom. Incredible.
plugin identifies as having the owner role. It also identifies Leaflit herself as having admin privileges, and she has made a unilateral stand against behavior in her server before. Regarding an uptick in people saying slurs about trans people, Leaflit stepped in to say, I'll just say it myself, even though I'm not the owner of the server. While discourse is allowed and appreciated, please be chill about it. We welcome civil discussion, but we do not welcome slurs or direct personal attacks. Discussing cultural or LGBT stuff is fine, but using it as an opportunity to throw slurs around instead of facing the cultural argument itself is unacceptable, even to me. You have the freedom to say these things, but I have the freedom to not like it and to not allow it in our private community.
Damn. Leaflit, wait, are you saying Leaflit's just a big old grifter lying about their control over the Discord? I would have ever expected that type of behavior. I thought that there was somebody to be trusted. What the fuck?
And you can say it somewhere else because
My mom was like, yo, I want to join Leaflit's Discord because I'm a mom. And I'm aware of all your weird online behavior, and I co-sign it by allowing it to happen. How do I get in there? But now she's going to be devastated because she found out about this.
I want a place where discourse is based on the content and logic and not on personal insults. She then even says if people are too off the rails, they'll have to make more rules. My plea to Leaflit is, you also have the freedom to not allow kids. Your friends, fans, and people who just generally like you can make all the excuses they want for things that happen.
Why the fuck would anybody like this fucking freak? I don't understand.
As a result of welcoming minors with open arms, and your mods being flakes. Would it not be better to simply not have to make excuses at all? Just a kill on sight policy. When your users beg you to ban an underage user, and they ping the mods in, they see that the person said it, right click, ban. Instead of umming and ahhing over whether the kid is posting hornily enough for that to be a problem. Just get rid. I can't make you.
Do I think her father's active in her life? Nah, probably not. Probably not, dude. This is fatherless child, fatherless behavior, frankly. This is fatherless behavior.
But given what I was shown and then what I saw myself, it would be remiss of me not to suggest it. Hopefully this clarifies things. I don't normally like to dumb it down this much, but it seems necessary in this case. Now I'm going to cover a couple other things people have said in response. A lot of people didn't like that I explained the ooh-oh post and what that means. I explained because I think most people aren't familiar. So I showed this person explaining that ooh-oh is what they say when they see what lolicons call cunny.
Is that what that was? I didn't get that. Ew, what the fuck? I thought we were just talking about... You know what? I don't like this topic. This is disgusting. I fucking hate this topic so much. This topic sucks, dude. What the fuck? Why did I agree to watch this, bro? What the fuck?
Young characters. Young or small or childlike characters. And they say there's no problem here because there isn't a real child involved. Now, they could be lying, but they said this multiple times and were...
Bro, why? I just don't understand, dude. I don't understand why there are people who are so, like... vehemently in defense of fucking people stroking their shit to lolly. It doesn't make any sense to me. You have to be a weirdo to want to do that. I don't understand it. Oh my god. Have some fucking self-respect. At least lie to people and say you don't like it. Something. What the fuck?
Consistent. They said, alright, since I'm 13, I'm maybe good for now anyway, Zam. I don't think it's good for adults to be hanging out with 13-year-olds doing this ooh-oh cunny shit and talking together about the cartoons they think are hot.
Bro, I can't handle this cunny thing. It's killing me. Oh my god. I can't do it anymore. It's making me disgusted. It's nasty.
Do you think that's fine? How many 13-year-olds do you chill with in a little chat room and discuss pictures you find sexy with? Wouldn't it be better if that wasn't happening and a place...
I guess it's a tough sell for these fucking freaks, dude. I don't know.
This wasn't set up for it to happen by welcoming children. But it's not just the arrangement of the server that causes problems when allowing children. Your mods are a problem too. And
no shit, huh?
their issues range from lacking the capability to deal with the responsibility of running a server that allows children. For instance, just brushing off someone acting the way Black was, while claiming to be 14 and then 15.
That's out of context. That sounds so bad. Okay.
But it goes all the way up to being concerning, like the mod Precure, whose address I just found. Just kidding. Precure's
That's funny. That's funny. It's not doxing is bad, of course. But that Precure person is also bad, so that's crazy.
Says they like being in these videos, and I thought I'd give them a startle. Did you enjoy that? One of the people I pointed out in my first video, who I'm glad to have the scalp of, they were banned, had claimed in the server to have sent a thigh picture to a minor who had been pursuing them. They said it was to try to calm them down, and they said it was clothed, but obviously...
Nah, I don't believe that, dude. I don't believe that. No, that's insane. Yeah, the kid convinced me to send them fucking thigh pics is an insane statement. But that Precure person effectively saying the same thing is also very fucking strange. So, I don't know. It seems kind of fucking crazy to me, dude.
Hell no. Right click, ban. Someone says that in your server, they're gone. You don't need to investigate it, beyond confirming that they were making those claims. Precure Hunter, the person who banned them, argued that the adult is the one getting groomed. I left out context. I wanted to see who would instinctively jump to immediately defend this. Say it's okay, say it's a joke. Not check themselves. Just that the adult that they were making those claims. They're gone. You don't need to investigate it, beyond confirming that they were making those claims. Precure Hunter, the person who banned them, argued that the adult is the one getting groomed.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand like what the next level mental play was that he's trying to claim be made.
I left out context. I wanted to see who would instinctively jump to immediately defend this. Say it's okay, say it's a joke. Not check themselves. Just, in their gut, they feel like this is fine and needs
I'm not understanding the context that was left out.
to be defended. Who is like that? The answer is Mama Oko.
Kind of feel like that's just another joke right now. I've observed the server myself because I've been in the server. I've been like just sitting in there.
Oh my god. Well, that's why they're on the list, guys. That's why they're on the list.
For months at this point.
I've been investigating the server for months at this point. That's what I do. I pretty much just sit there all day, and I'm either online or I'm online. What are you doing, dude? These people either stream or they're sitting down looking at weird shit all day. What kind of a life do you have? What's the point of your existence at this point for you? What do you do?
I never look at it. Is that just feels like another joke, my man?
As I
Seems like another joke, maybe.
show more examples, Mama Akko becomes increasingly certain that it's all a big joke, that the mod was saying this to troll me. They in fact have counter evidence that I suppose they're upset I didn't include. You see, they have evidence that the child was asking for it very aggressively. Someone asks Precure what they're trying to prove.
Oh my gosh.
Guys.
He's taking this at face value so hard. Oh.
Guys, I acted like a fucking idiot, and now people are believing it. That's your best defense. Your best defense is I was trolling online, and people believed that I was as fucking stupid as I pretended to be. Okay. You got it. You got it, dude. Nobody's gonna believe that, dude. You guys, the company that these people keep are, I'm not even kidding. Like, they are fucking MAGA. Right now, for whatever reason, I don't even know what fucking world we're in. Fucking, these MAGA freaks are defending child predators. Megyn Kelly, Nick Fuentes, you got fucking Nux, Tectone. What are their perspectives on Lakari looking at C-SPAM? He's a gooning addict. It's all a defense. All right, they're downplaying the fucking lack of releasing the Epstein files. Why do you think that is? What do you think that's for? Why do you think this is happening? They don't care that children are getting harmed. They don't care. They're uncomfortable. They've been pointing the finger at fucking trans people, pretending that trans people are a threat to kids. And then they do their best to make sure that, like, kids have access to fucking porn. It's insane.
Oh my gosh. You know, chat, I'm autistic as fuck.
Chat.
And sometimes...
Chat, I'm a conservative, and I hate it when different skin colors decide to weaponize their identity to try to get away with bad behavior. By the way, I'm autistic, and everything is a joke, and you can't really blame me because I'm autistic, so it means that you can't... Dude, these people are fucking weird. It's like horseshoe theory, 1000%.
I can't tell when somebody's fucking with me, all right? It's happened more often than I would like to admit, all right? More often than I'd like to admit, okay? But I can tell right there that he is intentionally fucking with him.
Chat, I struggle to understand basic human interaction on a daily basis. I'm admitting that. By the way, this time I'm right. That's what you just said. That's what you are saying. You're just like, hey guys, I'm an unreliable narrator. Please trust my narration this time. Wow, incredible stuff, man. We'd love to see it. We love to see it.
Mama Akko had been told earlier by the chat that Precure said they were deliberately trolling for attention. He left that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not true, and that person was just freaking out. So they're like, I have to come up with a lie.
As a big if true, instead of simply doing a 2-second search in the server he says he's in. Precure did say they wanted to get my attention and wanted to be in the video, but those posts were like this.
Ew!
I guess they win in the end. Their extended discussions of grooming ethics are not part of that. But before I show you those, Leaflit herself went onto Mama Akko's stream to defend this mod and respond to the situation in general. Leaflit talks about the Discord server not being hers.
You had already told me it's not even your server. Was it started by you, or how does that work?
I can clear it up real quick.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a server, it's a fan server for the community. I don't get a vote in moderation. I don't do any moderation on it.
Interesting. 12th of the...
I'm not that fucking stupid. Yeah, it's a fan server that I'm a part of, and my mom owns the server. I basically have no control over it.
2nd, 2025. I don't personally get involved unless it's just an easy ban, says Leaflet. I don't normally involve myself in Discord since I don't run it, but if I catch you using slurs in a bad faith manner, I will personally send you to the Shadow Realm. 30th of the 6th, 2025. Don't post needlessly edgy jokes. It can get the server in trouble. Fair enough. I do the same with Twitch chat and stuff. So
guys, I don't say any bad words, so I don't have a problem. Doesn't even matter. I don't understand where this is supposed to go. I'm actually getting pissed off.
I'm going to have to time them out / remove them, says Leaflet.
I don't actually do any enforcement action at all.
If what I showed was the last time you were doing it, that's only been true for barely over half a year.
In fact, like, the funny thing is when it comes to like there being younger people on the server, I said, like, just nuke all of them. Like, I don't care.
So why wouldn't you just do that?
Right, I don't care about that.
Oh, I just don't care. Haha, let it happen. Turns out when Leaflet said it's the parents' fault, she was literally talking about her mother, the mod.
That's funny. So true.
This is bullshit. Grow a spine. You're happy to earn money off of it directly as your official Patreon server. You should also be happy to not let insane shit happen on it.
Dude, these people never take accountability. These people never take accountability for anything. These are the ones that talk about how OnlyFans girls won't take accountability for any of their decisions in their lives, but then they don't take any accountability for the danger that they put children in. Right? Like, again, we saw that this type of behavior when it came to Nux placed a kid into, like, made a kid basically super easy to groom. Like, even if they weren't the ones actively trying to do it, they didn't create any level of a safe space for, like, children. Like, you shouldn't even have kids in your Discord, but they were, like, actively created circumstances that would, cause a kid to be harmed. Like, it's never their fault, guys. It's never their fault, though. I don't get it. I really don't understand, especially if this person's actually fucking 40 years old. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Of it or actually ditching it is
like, why do you even want people under the age of fucking 18 in your Discord server? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Especially, you have NSFW stuff in there. You send porn to each other. Why do you want kids in that server? It sounds to me like you want them to be groomed. I don't know. I don't understand, like, what other reason you could have to make a Discord server that has an NSFW chat, and, like, the only way that you guys determine whether it's an adult or not is if they tell you they are or aren't. Why is it so meaningful to you that you have, like, children in there? I really don't get it. Is it the money? Is it the money and you don't really care about the negative thing that could happen to the kid? Or is it something much more insidious? I don't know. But it leads to fucking questions. Reasonable questions.
Is also an option.
I don't really have anything to do with, like, which channels get added, or anything like that.
Right.
3 days ago, your mod Crazy claimed otherwise. I don't have any control, just the authority to demand a channel stays, and the ability at any time to revoke your blessing and association. The claim that you can only make suggestions when you do have the power to force them doesn't mean anything. Leaflet then confirms that her mom owns it.
But did you start it, or people are saying that your mom actually owns it?
The reason my mom owns it is in case that it's to protect from, like, a crazy mom. Okay, so
Nothing to do with me, it's my mommy. Sorry.
"40-year-old MAGA woman," guys. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the people that are saying that high schoolers are creating fucking, what are they called? Cat bathrooms in fucking litter boxes in high school. These are the people that are doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the people that are saying that that's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck?
Sorry, how old are you?
I'll explain this. There's been a lot of drama in the Discord in the past.
And so we just didn't do anything to stop it. It's just actually pretty smart of us to do.
And it's to protect, it's so that so my mom doesn't do anything either. Like, she doesn't do any, like, moderation or anything like that.
Yeah, no shit. She obviously raised a fucking idiot. Your mother is terrible. Your mother's not a good mom. I'm sorry, but based on the way that you are, there's no fuck. My mother would be beating me. She would be beating me, dude. Bring back beatings? No, don't do that, of course. But my mother would be beating the shit out of me. Are you fucking kidding me? What is this? What is this situation, dude? This is fucking insane.
She doesn't do any moderation? What did your mother mean 10 days ago when she said, "Banned that guy"? 4 days
Dude, that's fucking crazy!
ago, when she responded to a mod ping that was just a meme?
It's only in case that way we can give the ownership to like a different person.
Yeah, my mom's the owner. She doesn't moderate except when she does, and she's only the owner so that she can make someone else an owner.
Like, in case there's like a crazy, it's like an ultimate contingency
Okay.
of like,
Imagine bringing this argument to court. My mom is the owner, and she's only the owner in case she wants to be someone else be owner. And what the hell are you talking about, dude? What the fuck is happening right now?
if the mods go out of control, we can like retake everything and give it to a different person. Does that make sense?
Makes
Oh, it sounds like the mods are getting out of control. What do you? That makes it worse. Are you saying that this isn't out of this? You're telling us you don't think that this situation is out of control. That's what I'm hearing here. The situation's out of control, dude. You got fucking kids in there doing weird shit.
perfect sense. That's called being the owner of a Discord server. That's called having the final say. That's called...
Yeah, that's just like normal as shit. Like I have an editor that edits and they do a good job on intros and clips and stuff, but like I have final say. Like that's what it is. That'd be like if I was like, yeah, I didn't have anything to do with this. This is my thing. You know what I mean? Although kind of hopefully at some point I could be super hands off. But anyway, you get my fucking point. They're not like laying down foundational rules that like would keep people out of harm's way. The foundational rules that they're keeping up are like actively dangerous to young people. That's the problem. If you want young people in your Discord, you don't get to act like an adult. Or rather, you have to act more like an adult. What I meant by that is you don't get to look at fucking porn in your Discord. That's what I was trying to communicate. You don't get to look at fucking porn in your Discord if you want children in your Discord.
called being in charge. They chit-chat and Mama Akko says he'd just ban minors, to avoid problems. Yes, that's my videos. Correct, that's the point. Leaflet explains her server's moderation culture.
I guess what I would say is the mod culture on our server is we don't ban right away. Like we have a very our policy on banning stuff, and you can maybe make the argument that like this should be a case in which like the person just gets automatically banned.
Mm-hmm.
But we are hesitant to ban people.
Sorry, we? Anyway, no.
Yeah, what happened to everybody else? What happened to it's supposed to be you don't moderate, I thought. What happened to that? Tactical Templar will join that Mama Oko's stream. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? What is this shit? Dude, what is this? What the fuck is this? Why? I guess I should have expected Tactical Templar to be friends with them.
Not people. You're hesitant to ban kids. I watched your mods not exactly be hesitant
Exactly. Kids aren't fucking people. Fucking losers.
to Holocaust a bunch of people they were suspicious of. You guys are hesitant about certain bans.
Why?
Because of it's because of reasons of people getting brigaded or like censorship or anything like that. Like we
don't like to do censorship, guys. Oh, censorship is so bad.
I hate, dude. This is what it is. It's a virtue signal. It's a virtue signal. They've like when people say we don't want to be censored online, it's like, yeah, we don't want to be censored online in like public spaces for saying things, is mostly respectfully. That's usually supposed to be the argument. But nope, not these guys. Guys, we can't censorship children in our NSFW Lolly Exchange Discord server. Of course we cannot stop them from doing that. It's just freedom of speech. Children have freedom of speech after all. What are you talking about, dude? You're a fucking weirdo.
we kind of want people to be able to talk and be more comfortable.
I like to let people talk too, but what video was Mama Akko just watching before you hopped on? What was that about?
Okay.
So that might be, maybe that's a bad idea. I don't know. But
Maybe it's a bad idea. Personally, hard to tell. I don't know. Is it okay for 13-year-olds to be in our Discord server where we exchange porn? I don't know. Is that okay? I can't tell you. I don't know. I'm a fucking child. I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking moron. I don't know. I don't know if it's okay to have kids potentially get harmed. I just don't know. I'm not mature enough. I'm not mature enough to make that decision. My brain doesn't work. I'm 40. I love Donald Trump, by the way. I love it, but I don't know if we should create spaces that kids don't get harmed. Okay? I don't know. I don't know what we should do. I really don't. I'm incapable of knowing. I just don't have the capability of making this determination. I don't know. I'm just a baby. I'm just a little baby guy. I don't know.
It's someone who says they're a kid wilding out. Certainly, yes. Leaflet says again, it's their culture.
Yeah, but probably they act like adults. Yeah, true. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's how it is. Mama Akko, for some indecipherable reason, finds this to be incredibly valuable information.
See, what's interesting about that is I feel like people would have found that out if they had maybe asked.
No.
What if they just asked us about the kids in our Discord? Dude, I don't understand. I don't understand how they come up with these fucking arguments. What do you do? That's what you sound like. You sound like a snorting fool. What are you talking about? What if they just asked what? What are you talking about? I don't get it. Dude, I really don't get it. I don't. It's insane. It's like impossible to understand these people.
No, I know. I watched it happen. My videos about that. They do be hesitating. The people coming to the UK say it's just their culture too. They see about Nicandros' tweets for a while and yap about a bunch of other stuff. They do a whole bunch of Taku sweeping. It's actually crazy.
We do be loving the sweep.
And then they get on to mentioning my video. Leaflet decides to complain about a visual gag.
Which was like the thing about the I'm banning him because he's anti pedo.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so like they showed that part of it first to like seed that in your mind and then show the context after.
It's called a joke, sweetie. Musk owns Twitter now. Comedy's legal again.
I love that because these weirdos will not. It's every time, I swear to God, they constantly play this game where they're like, they do this unironically. They do this as if they're like the most intelligent people in the world. They're like, well, ever since Elon Musk bought Twitter, freedom of speech has come back. They can't contend with the absolute supremacy of Elon Musk. My heart goes out to you. They praise this guy like he's an actual person worth anything. It's insane. I'm not even kidding. These people are freaks.
If you show the context, it changes it. Yeah, I showed the context, dipshit. You've successfully explained the joke. If I hadn't, sure that would be a problem. But I love how that is treated like some kind of Israeli psyop.
Whoa! I understand what they're saying. They're trying to say that you primed the audience to think that it was in defense of pedophilia, when the actual full context might have been the fact that they were so anti-pedo was actually a red flag because they were also talking to somebody that was a teenager, but I think they were also the teenager. So none of that makes sense. That's the biggest problem, is none of these people make any sense.
Well, Taku EPIing hundreds of thousands of kids is just, whatever. It's me who's seeding things in people's minds. Leaflet then tries to argue that what Precure said was a joke.
Like that. A lot of them are like that. And it's kind of like...
It's just a joke, sweetheart.
Like, he's trying to make a point that if you're he's making a joke, basically, that if I...
Dude, what the fuck is this? We have fucking VTuber Nick Shirley here. Dude, get it out. Every time you talk, you do this.
Because he's like this, and then he's also talking to them, he's probably projecting. So he probably is actually a PDF, right? Mm-hmm. And then that was the
PDF. Incredible.
whole joke.
Unfortunately, Leaflet, Precure has already addressed this, and it was not a joke. 9, who was being silly and just showed the start of the gag, asked, "What did you mean by this?" The mod explains their whole statement. Basically, if he was super pro-ped or anti-ped, then I knew he had grooming on the mind, and wouldn't make that mistake honestly. Presumably referring to sending the picture. If he had never mentioned lollies or anything like that and he was retarded, then it's plausible that he could have made that mistake. Precure justifies spending time to seriously think about this. The drama was basically a necro post, and the kid had already been banned ages ago, so it's not like it was time sensitive, and I just wanted to be thorough with my options. And one of the most obvious and basic things to do whenever you are in a he said, she said scenario is to at least give each side the benefit of the doubt. I understand how many statements could be taken as just a joke, not seeing it in this one. This is the mod of a server that welcomes children, giving benefit of the doubt to someone who claimed they sent an image of themselves to a minor who was pursuing them sexually.
Yeah, weird. That's weird. Why are you giving anybody the benefit of the doubt for that? I don't understand. I understand giving people the benefit of the doubt, not in this context. You have a Discord channel. You have a it's different. You might give somebody the benefit of the doubt if they fucking, call you a mean word and you're like, maybe they were just upset. What benefit of the doubt do you give somebody who sends pictures to kids, sexual pictures to kids? Well, the kid groomed me. Okay. Oh, great stuff, man. Why would you, like, even if you don't care about the kid, weird, do you not, like, care about your own self-preservation? Like, it doesn't make any sense. That's the and maybe this is my problem, is that, like, if something like this happens, you would think that you'd at the very least be like, yeah, listen, like, I don't want to fuck myself over or my brand or whatever's going on, so I'm gonna, like, definitely just ban this person. It's not worth the hassle. But you don't even have that. It's worth it to you to potentially sacrifice your own credibility because for somebody who's sending pictures to to teenagers. It doesn't make any sense. Nobody believes this. Like, nobody fucking believes any of this.
Mama Akko further defends it by saying it's a shit post.
Harmful. Why do you have to act like me when I don't understand a joke? Bro, it's very obvious that this man is shit posting right now.
Leaflit elaborates and says that Precure statements are old internet humor.
Yeah, we just have a lot of like stupid humor. It's like kind of old internet people. Old internet folk, and we
A little bit
Yeah,
later,
it's just old internet folk. What's the humor? Oh, that a 14-year-old's in Discord with us. It's a fucking joke. It's a meme, dude. Do you not understand memes? Do you understand what 6'7" is? You fucking idiot. Do you, like, not understand what 6'7" is or something? Like, that's what I don't understand. Is it seems like none of these. It seems like this guy, Harmful Opinions, doesn't understand 6'7". You know why? You want to know why I understand 6'7"? I have a lot of sexual conversations with children. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's effectively the crux of their argument here. What are you doing?
they talk about what they think me and people like me are.
like these people are basically modern day journalists. It's not really like that surprising.
You just compliment the guy? These people are basically modern day journalists? Owned. What the fuck? Dude, how do people this dumb get a platform? What the fuck?
Well, they definitely try to imply a lot of things and do a lot of these things.
Did she just call it modern?
They're
Modern day journalists.
Is journalist supposed to be a slur in their community? Are this like, hey, they're just like MSNBC or something? I don't get it.
I'm being quite direct. I think that server is an inappropriate environment to welcome children into, and Leaflit's mods are inept. Maybe if you clear house and get better people to run the server, you could keep having kids in there. I wouldn't recommend it though. If you keep these people in charge though, you definitely need a policy of banning minors on site. I mean, even Precure thinks that's obvious. A little bit later, Leaflit and Mama Akko suggest I should have tried to interview everyone involved.
I just don't understand that. Like again, when I covered, I'll just like say my own shit. When I made the Cinder video, I didn't tell anybody this, but before I started working on the first Cinder video, I DM'd almost every single person involved and asked them if they wanted to talk about it. Nobody ever got back to me, sadly. But like, if I had the ability to say, hey, Shy Lily, can you answer questions about this? Or hey, Bao, I understand you're hurt about this, but can you talk about this? And if they had given me that opportunity, I would have done it. I would have done it.
Yeah.
I don't care how bad it would have made Cinder look. I would have done it because I wanted to get it right.
I'm trying to find the truth, right?
That's my goal.
Trying to find the truth, right?
Dude, that's what an expectation. Hey guys, you have some concerning shit in your Discord. Well, did you ask us about the concerning shit? I don't think that needs to happen. Nobody needs to do that. What's to ask you about? There was concerning shit in your Discord, and you didn't go like, oh, I didn't realize that. You're like, oh, well, it's actually not my fault, and I can't do anything about it, and my mom runs the server, and I don't know, she has dementia or something, I guess. I don't know. I can't do it. You guys are just coping.
Oh, yeah.
Point.
Yeah.
Interview is indeed a tool one can use. My coverage is of what occurred in the Discord server and whether that's acceptable or not. Interviews in this case would be of no value to me and would have no bearing on what I observed. This is like a toddler's understanding of journalism. Not that I would consider what I'm doing to be journalism. If you're concerned about right to reply, the owner of the server I've commented on has access to a massive platform, and I am currently presenting your response where my claims were made. If you want to actually discuss journalism, we can talk about something called...
Did this Leaflet person ever respond on their own platform, or did they just respond on somebody else's platform? Because it seems like they just responded on somebody else's platform because they were afraid of everything that was going on. Let's see. Hillary Clinton. Oh, I forgot they do the 15 posts a day. They just watched Asmongold. They're attacking his friends now. This is the newest one, guys.
What's happening to Asmongold is not okay. Let's see what it is this time.
Oh, let's see what this is this time.
It just seems to be a bunch of like watching Asmongold's videos after he watches them and giving the same opinion. Watching Asmongold's videos offline and then giving the same opinion online as Asmongold. Yeah, they haven't talked about it since They haven't talked about it. It wasn't talked about in here, from what I remember. So, great stuff, man. We'd love to see it. Maybe watch that later.
Or doorstepping, if you'd like. But I think you'd suddenly be against getting comment from involved parties. Leaflit makes an interesting claim.
The weird thing is really what they're advocating for, and I mean, you know, maybe it is the right idea at this point. They're kind of advocating for an actual like ID system for Discord, to be honest. Like,
okay, yeah, probably should have an ID system on there. I mean, maybe you want to limit it to be like, hey, you have to have an ID to access an 18+ Discord. That's a great start.
like where could it go but that, if that's what you want?
This is
that supposed to like scare us? Oh, I'm gonna come. Yeah, do a Discord ID system, dude. Like, I think that a great way to start it would be like, hey, listen, you have to, you know, if you have any NSFW in your channel, you have to say that it's an 18+ Discord, and then like the only way for somebody to access that is if they will verify their ID through Discord. I think that's a great idea. Do that. Who gives a fuck? Like, kids shouldn't be around this kind of shit. Who gives a shit? It's like it's the weirdest virtue signal from the like that's what this is. They're virtue signaling. Oh, it's too much of restrictions. They're trying to censor us. This is what their argument is. Like this, I'm not even kidding. Like that's what they're saying. That's effectively their argument. Like they're weird. They're kind of like they're freaks, dude. That's what they want you to like. They're saying something that's like normal and a good idea in a tone where it's not a good idea. That's how these people operate. That's what makes them so fucking weird, that they think that that's like, it would somehow resonate with us to be like, oh yeah, we shouldn't be doing that. Like, why? What the fuck?
Bizarre statement. A key part of my coverage, and in fact, the ending of my second video, is advocacy against overly invasive measures. An explanation that negligence like this is what enables it to happen. If parents aren't looking after their kids, and other adults aren't willing to do the bare minimum, then where else can we go? There is an alternative.
I'm not going to accept the parents aren't looking after their kids in this situation. Again, a Discord is like a very I understand it's more popular now, but like this is not something that is within the norm to understand for people. Even I don't understand it. I don't get it, and I don't care to get it, because what you're asking right now is like, hey guys, you have to have like an insane amount of education into something relatively obscure just so that your kids can interact online. It's too much, in my opinion. It's just way over the line for what a parent should have to understand. Like, Discord is weird. It's annoying. I only understand Discord as much as I do because I used to use TeamSpeak when I was fucking young to play video games. Like, all I know is that it's a place where you can talk to people and stuff. Like, I don't get it. And I think I don't think parents have to get it either. I don't think that we have to go so fucking crazy and be like, no, you have to sit down and like fully understand everything about this. It's like fucking Roblox too. It's like, you know, having a robust understanding of this fucking media is insane.
You could do the bare minimum. Leaflit and Mama Akko then do exactly what I said leads to government involvement and private corporations clawing at your data.
If you don't want to hold like parents as being responsible for it, then I mean, I don't know how you do it other than that.
Online safety legislation is the government holding parents responsible. It is the government saying it's the parents' job and they haven't done it, therefore we get to step in. Same principle for any attacks by private companies.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, I guess it depends on the way that you're looking at it. It sounds like he looks at it in the way where it's like, oh, they almost want this outcome to happen so that they can justify like making legislation, which might be true. Maybe it is an attempt to make oppressive legislation. But, I mean, listen, you have people online, and especially nowadays, this is the thing, is things are evolving so fast, and people online aren't doing enough about it. Well, the people online are actively against making corrective changes, like Leaflit, somebody who's very terminally online adult. So now everybody else is like, okay, well, what should we do? And now people who don't understand things as much are the ones making the decisions, like politicians, because, you know, they have real jobs of taking over, you know, I guess taking all our money. I guess that's more of a job than looking at fucking lolly shit all day.
Well, holding parents responsible is definitely the option that I think a lot of people are like, oh, but why should the parents?
No, they should. They need to. It is wrong that they don't do that duty. But they don't do that duty. So, what do you do about that? The government's answer
It's got to pull down your pants and make your own duty, you know what I'm saying, dude?
is, we do that job instead. When people point out that parents should be doing this and they don't, they never provide a way to fix that. A little bit after that, Leaflit elaborates.
Oh,
But
yeah.
as a parent, you have the final control over everything that happens to your
Do these people have fucking kids? I'm pretty sure that these people don't have kids. So what the fuck are you talking about?
kid. And that's my point. When I said that, that was the point of my tweet. And it wasn't even really about the Nux thing. That the tweet was actually completely. I wasn't even thinking about like that specific situation when I said that.
You referenced it in your video about Nux Taku. We watched it. This person's a fucking idiot. What? Bro, this is the problem. Is you have so many people online who have like they're just not going through any stage of it. They all literally have Arrested Development. Like you have like unironically, you have a bunch of people who are in their 30s and 40s who don't have any serious relationships or any intention of having kids, and all they do is talk about serious relationships and kids. That's all they talk about. That's literally it. That's all they talk about all day. They try to give you advice on serious relationships and on kids when they don't even understand what those things are. It's fucking painfully insane.
It's just when I was thinking about all of the stuff that people were saying, it made me think like, man, we could solve all this if parents just actually took care of their kids.
Whoa, that's so interesting. We could just solve the world if the world was perfect.
It's great stuff. Thank you, idiot. Now let's move on to something that's actually intelligent and talk about real problems.
Cool, Leaflet. How do you make that happen? If you do not provide an answer after saying that, your position is actually let it happen. If your position is that bad things are happening and parents should stop it, and you stop there.
All of this is because there's fucking kids in her Discord server with fucking porn in it. Like I don't. It's fucking insane. Like we're like you sometimes you just snap back and go like, wait a minute, what are we talking about? Wait, what is it that we were talking about again? Oh, we're talking about kids being in her fucking NSFW Discord server and channels. Oh, wait, why the fuck are we even having a debate? Why are you're the person in defense or that's like so frustrated by criticism of children being in Discords with NSFW content is somebody who does that behavior. It's like, why are we even what the fuck is happening? What is happening, dude?
You are making an excuse. Also, I personally don't want to be surrounded by nonces, even if there aren't any kids around. I think that's a problem. How does parental supervision solve that? Leaflet then seethes about Nicandros for an extended period of time, and having complained that I didn't ask to talk to people, she complains that Nicandros asked to talk to her. Make it make sense. She then continues to seethe that people are asking her about the Nux stuff.
Because when I said that parents should be responsible, I never said solely responsible.
That's
Well, actually, I never said...
Debating. They're debating.
Well, actually, I never said they should be solely responsible.
Okay, thanks, man. It's all we need. Like, this is just shut up. Just shut the fuck up. You know, they're sitting here trying to talk about dog whistles before because this guy showed the guy saying something about like it was a red flag that they didn't like pedos. And now they're sitting here trying to play like this fucking well actually game. Wouldn't you be playing the same game that you're accusing him of playing before? Well, actually, shut up, dude. The fact that you would even bring this up, you can bring that up in a more intelligent way. Like, you could have been like, listen, this is primarily Nux Taku's fault. But, you know, the parents have a level of blame. You could say that. But that's not what you were saying. You were, like, really prioritizing. You're like, I'm not going to watch it. I don't care about the criticism. But, like, we're the parents. What the fuck? That's what your whole thing was about.
It's true of that one tweet, but she's been talking about this for quite a while. In her commentary on what happens to kids online and whose responsibility it is, and why restrictions are being put in place, she has in fact said,
Like, dude, this is all the fault of people not taking care of their kids. This is freaking ridiculous. If you fuck up your kids, that shouldn't be my problem.
They yap for a while.
Your mother fucked you up. You are worthless to society. You are like a 40-year-old MAGA woman that's fucking sitting here with a Discord full of fucking porn in it, with like advocating for 13-year-olds to be in it. What the fuck? I don't understand. Your mom did a horrible dog shit job raising you. That's it. This is how you represent yourself as like a 40-year-old. What else do we need to say? What else needs to be said here, dude? I don't get it. Like, we live in like a fucking fantasy world. I truthfully do not understand it. I really don't.
Freaking ridiculous. If you fuck up your kids, that shouldn't be my problem.
They yap for a while, and Mama Oko says,
What we're asking for is for parents to do more than what we see that they are doing, because parents are just literally handing technology to a kid and saying, go wild.
and how would she make that happen? She never, ever suggests anything. I don't have an answer for that either. That's why I talk about What can be done instead? The government has an answer to this request too. It's legislation. These people love to complain about that happening while literally asking for it. Solve this. Solve this. This needs to be solved. They're doing it. Later, Leaflet talks about the people who are talking about her.
And see, this is my dilemma now, right? My dilemma is,
Here's my dilemma, actually.
do I do nothing so that they seethe, or do I farm them for content?
Guys, I'm actually in control of the situation. Dude, these people are cringe. It's all they try to, this is the way that they feel like they have to be seen on the internet. They have to be epic-based chads. Should I do nothing and make them seethe, or should I farm them for content? You don't sound cool. You're like a 12-year-old that's coughing really harshly outside of a high school because you started smoking cigarettes. We used to have a place called it was like we used to call it Cigarette Island. High school, it's crazy. Anyway, you're trying to sound cool. You're a fucking dork. It's just okay.
Allow me to present option C. Enact a policy of banning minors from your Discord on site, or get better mods.
I kind of feel like just not giving them what they want is probably better.
This is so weird. They're acting like they don't need to respond to the allegations, but it's actually super funny and cool and based if they do it. They're like, yeah, I'm just going to do it to troll. They're not normal. They can't have a normal, mature thing. They can't, they could say, and they'd still be wrong, but they could be like, listen, I don't think I want to give it any more attention, so I don't think I'm going to give it more attention. Okay, that's a mature way I mean, that's a mature sentence. It's not exactly mature how you're handling it. Nope, that's not what it is, guys. What do we actually get out of this? Should I try to epic Uber troll them or what? You sound like an idiot, dude.
I want you to instruct your mods to ban minors on site or get better mods. Why wouldn't you do that? To own me and people like me? Seems insane. But okay, if you wanted that to happen, you could make it happen.
Why would I argue with them? Why would I entertain any of their arguments? Why would I watch their thing when...
Because weird shit happens with kids.
You should have just kept letting her talk because you could tell that she was struggling to say sentences.
In your Discord, and your mods don't deal with it properly until they're forced.
It's so clear what they want.
I want you to ban minors or at least get better mods. I don't know how much clearer I can be. I thought it was pretty obvious from the last two videos. I'm not being presumptuous. This is a stream where Mama Oko just watched them. They talk about sitting down and having conversations with people, and Leaflet says,
that's so sweet. Let's just have a conversation about it, please.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you actually solve problems, right? Is it about solving our problems, solving our differences, or is it about getting some kind of, I don't know, community to pat you on the back?
It's actually about getting you to fix your shit, because someone told me about it.
What is she talking about conversations for? She's not trying to have a conversation with anybody. I understand the words that she's saying, just to be clear. She's saying, oh, are you actually trying to have a discussion, or are you just trying to appeal to your audience? I don't understand what that means in this context. Who the fuck is talking about a discussion? It doesn't make any sense. I think that it's just virtue signaling buzzwords. That's all it is. This, they won't stop giving us the virtue signal buzzwords. It's okay, got it.
And it's all f***ed up. If I've messed up, and I've missed something like this happening on my stuff, I would want to know so I could break the legs of everyone involved. Metaphorically, of course. A little while after, Leaflet expresses her sorrow at the change in the kind of person she has to deal with.
Because a year ago, I was definitely a lot more willing to talk to people, and I was a lot more willing to engage with,
wow,
these kind of bad...
But it's everyone else's fault that they're a disgusting, degenerate loser.
Bad faith people.
If I'm making these suggestions and pointing these things out in bad faith, it doesn't change whether my suggestions are good or not, does it? Why does she not want to make things better? In the words of Shia LaBeouf, just do it. That does mean I win. And I'm doing this for Hassan Piker, so that means Hassan Piker wins. But why isn't it the right thing to do?
They're not trying to communicate. They're not trying to have an honest conversation. They just...
Guys, have an honest conversation with me, please, about why I let kids in my Discord server full of porn. I'm sure this guy would take a conversation with you there, boss. Why don't you go have one?
Want to hurt you for their benefit.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so victim brain. They just want to hurt me for their benefit. I'm a fucking victim. Guys, I'm actually the victim. Dude, this is insane. Little, like, fucking, like, teenage fucking kids could potentially get, you know, harmed in their Discord server. Whether, I mean, like, I don't know. Like, the fucking, an adult is sending a kid, a minor, fucking thigh pics. I mean, I don't know. What the fuck else could potentially happen with this situation? But apparently she's the victim. Okay. All right, 40-year-old. 40-year-old fucking lolicon VTuber who just does whatever Asmongold does.
I want you to fucking ban kids or get better mods. If that hurts you, something's really wrong. You don't even have to say it's 18 plus. You just have to enforce it. When you say it's 18 plus, it can give the impression that certain things are allowed that aren't. And the little retards will out themselves thinking it's okay to, and then you just bop them. There you go. There's one way to do it.
I guess moving forward here with the Discord, my only thing would just be to be like, listen, there's minors in there. You probably should just cheat them.
What the fuck?
It's not my server, so obviously, and it's not your server, I guess. So, you know.
Do you believe that line? This person's an idiot.
They can do whatever they want, but I would just suggest to avoid future videos like this.
Could you imagine both sides in like a situation like this? Holy fuck, dude. This is so terminal.
Get rid of them.
That's what I said. Look at it. Your life could be a lot easier if you just nuked kids on site. I'm going insane. Yes, this is the whole point of what I'm saying.
What we're considering is like something along the lines of you either have to be on Patreon.
Patreon's a 13 plus site, and age gate is applied to 18 plus creators. But if you're not in that category, your solution is to get more money and still allow kids. It's 2026. Minors have debit cards.
Or
Yeah, it's easy to steal your parents' debit cards. So.
or you get like a really expensive channel point reward, and that like actually gets you access to the server.
How is the response to just like charge more money? What the fuck is this? That's your response to all this? What if we just charge? Yeah, I think we just had to charge more money. Hey, there's kids in our Discord with fucking porn in it. What should we do? Just charge more money, maybe. Maybe we should just price it out so that like it's more likely that they'll go to OnlyFans first. Like, what is the argument here? I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that would be the play. Like,
That sounds like a horrible play. This is ridiculous.
Help with ban evasion. It won't help you with the kid stuff.
I don't know, but in the end, I'm gonna talk to you know, Julio and Precure Hunter and Crazy, and probably just ask them what they want to do with it.
What are the fucking responses to this shit? Like, what are the people saying? That they're like, yeah, this is good. Yeah, we like that. Like, what are the fucking fans saying here? Are the fans like, yeah, you know what? This is so mature and responsible the way you're interacting with this. What is the response here, dude?
I know what Precure Hunter wants. Get rid of minors on site. I am genuinely losing it. They then have an extended discussion about stuff that won't
Is that what they said?
minor.
Yeah, I personally think we should just kick minors on site. Otherwise, it'll be the same. I mean, yeah, good. Wow, I'm surprised that he's the fucking voice of reason here.
Is on site. I am genuinely losing it. They then have an extended discussion about stuff that won't really help that much with their problem, and Leaflet gives a life lesson about how people make mistakes.
People will make mistakes when it comes to things like, is that like a complete indictment of their character that like, oh yeah, they love pedophilia because they made a mistake on their Discord? Like, I don't really think that's even remotely fair.
I just want you to fix your shit.
Dude, this is a lot of like just over intellectualizing something as basic as like don't let kids in your Discord.
No, I would agree. I think unfortunately these days people are just so apt to quickly making snap choices. And again, I think it would be solved if people did more talking instead of just more being ready to poke and prod.
Dude, what is more talking instead of okay?
Lynching, yes. Lynching, definitely.
Oh my god, dude. Lynching, bro. Oh, dude, we're so white right now. Being white is back, baby. Lynching? Why are you fucking comparing your situation to lynching? Holy fuck, dude. What the fuck is happening right now? Oh my god.
Yeah, I got that person who said they sent a minor thigh pics in your Discord lynched. That's sick, and I'm proud of it. Leaflet then talks about leaving it up to the mods.
Yeah, I mean, it's really up to how they want to do it. Like, I'll ask them like what they want to do. Like, I can give suggestions, obviously, but
you can also lay down the law. You've done it before. When people were saying the word troons, you stepped
censor that slur
in. I showed it earlier. Just do it again now. In my first video, I called you spineless. I stand by that.
Everybody's kind of flying by the seat of their pants. They're learning as they go.
Leaflet, as I showed.
Bro, you're like 40. What are you learning? What are you learning? What are you learning? What are you learning?
Earlier, your server originally banned minors. You went backwards. You do that and or deal with your mods. I'm just gonna say, nice. What I've seen going on in your stuff is insane. And we'll get back to that in a bit, actually.
And I think these people, they have no grace. They expect absolute perfection from everybody, and that's not realistic to how people are.
Wow, we're talking about banning minors from an adult Discord chat. Hey guys, have you ever had this very relatable problem?
I don't personally consider expecting mods when they're alerted to get rid of someone who says they're a kid.
Dude, this blows my fucking mind. It's just insane. Bro, it's too much. It truly is too much for me. I don't understand it. We're not talking about like we're talking about somebody not wanting to ban minors from their adult Discord server with porn in it. I don't know. I don't understand.
And talking about fertile femboys and breeding to be perfection. What the f are you trying to pull?
Maybe they'll grow up one day and learn that.
Hey,
maybe they'll grow up one day. Okay.
You'll have a lot more grown-ups around you if you ban kids.
I'm used to being the least mature person in the room.
Believe it.
Really? Because you got kids in your Discord, so I don't think that's true.
Hang on.
I fucking hate that person so much.
Maybe Leaflet does need to be destroyed. Anyway.
It's kind of such a weird shift to like everybody around me is being like a freaking child.
Yeah, because you welcome them to your Discord server, and your mods won't take appropriate action unless pressed. A little bit later, Mama Akko says something good.
Moving forward, if somebody says they're 15, I personally just wouldn't give them any quarter.
Yeah, good.
Whoa. We're struggling to get like the bare minimum achieved here, guys.
I mean, I feel I'm not perfect.
Sure, my first video was about this shit happening repeatedly with mods being pinged. I'm not perfect either. Maybe I fucked up somewhere. I want to know so I can fix it. But I've decided to be a public figure, small as I am. So if someone wants to point that out with a video, and especially if they want to point out because they've seen there's resistance to doing the right thing, and they want to force it, fair enough. First example I gave in my first video about an interaction I found unacceptable, I literally said maybe mods didn't know about it, but it's still a problem because the server is set up to facilitate it. I don't think that's too crazy.
I would hope that if somebody sees somebody claiming to be a minor, they would ping me in my mod chat.
Great. And Mama Akko, from what I watched, was generally on board when I made suggestions along these lines.
I just need you guys to understand, like, and this is very important, is this Mama Akko person is just as much of a fucking degenerate loser as this fucking Leaflet. Like, you know, you might be sitting there being like, oh yeah, well they're receptive to the good points. That's great. Why are you friends with somebody who is this much of a fucking weirdo? It doesn't make any sense. You're so charitable to them too. Like before when they're like, oh, I want kids in my NSFW Discord channel so that they don't go hang out with trans people. And you're like, yeah, I don't really agree with that because I don't think kids should be online at all. Dude, that's an insane thing for somebody to say. You should just be like, oh, I'm not your friend anymore. You're a freak. That's weird freak shit. Not only are you exposing like children to potential harm, but you're also going to just be weirdly transphobic as your justifier is insane to me. But nope, it's like, yeah, I kind of like, I just respectfully disagree with that. What the fuck? That's insane to me. You respectfully disagree with that take? Okay, good stuff.
Ish. Mama Akko knows what's right. But he's a pussy. He wants to keep his
That's a boy? Oh, dude, I can't handle this internet shit.
bridges safe. He's going to be soft, even when he knows what's right and wrong. That is gross. If someone's going to drop...
Yeah, that person's even more of a threat than fucking Leaflet is, frankly. So
you because you
that's our modern day centrist, guys.
don't just go, well, you know, it's not up to me, it's not up to you. Why do you want to be connected to that person? You talk about other people being clout goblins. Look in the mirror.
Yeah, I'm fine with I'm fine with Operation Hazel Nutella and just nuking all of the miners off the server. I'm like totally fine with that.
Yeah.
Really? Because it took you like an hour to get to that point where you decided that it was finally okay. But okay, if you say so.
Personally.
Then do it. You did it for trans people. You can do it for kids.
No, yeah.
But it's really up to, you know, again, it's up to what they want to do, how they want to handle it. They have their own ideas
Okay, good stuff.
for how things should go.
It's your fucking server, dude. It's you. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. It's your fucking Patreon that's required. It's your server. Stop it. Stop pretending otherwise. It's pathetic.
Hello, hello, Earth to Leaflet. Here's Precure. She then says,
And if I could tell them what to do, then it would actually be my Discord, right?
little problem there. We've seen you
What is up with this weird defense? It's not mine. It's not my Discord. It just has my name on it, and I get money from it, and my mommy runs it, but it's not my Discord.
making decisions, and your mod Crazy 3 days ago claimed that you go above their head to make decisions. You are not as hands-off as you pretend to be, and they then wrap up. Now, there's been a lot of talk about getting rid of minors or not, and that distracts from another issue I alluded to earlier. Precure's suggestion to ban on-cipher minors is good, but if you don't do that, Precure is a problem. You say it's jokes, you say it's bait for me. I don't buy it. This person cannot be a mod in a server that welcomes kids. Let's talk about Precure's. Actually, it's about ethics and grooming. An adult got groomed by a minor because he was too retarded to listen to people when they told him to just block the minor, asks Norlax. Precure responds with a nodding gif. We have posts by the minor in this chat of them being sexually aggressive unprompted. They share a post by the person who said they were 14 and then 15. This is from the minor soliciting the adult. And that was less than a month since the minor.
That's crazy to even like say those words. Because we saw earlier that they were like basically they were saying that the other one, like the adult, was getting groomed by the minor. You just anybody ever says that, just don't associate with them anymore, please, for the love of God.
Had joined the server. Not seeing the joke. Can you explain it? I think it's kind of weird as well, but the adult was pathetic enough and the minor pushy enough that it's not unbelievable. Prowls Madras steps in to say, I think the important things to notice here are minor and adult. Only one of those can really be at fault here. Minor can do wrong, of course, but just ban and move on then. The mod says, their ages aren't actually that different. It's like 14 versus early 20s.
That's fucking crazy. Are they going to be like 14 and 15? What, 14 versus early 20s? So 14 and like, what is early 20s? 22? The fact that this is what the funniest thing is like they know it's bad. Because they're not saying, oh, it's like 14 and 20, which is still absolutely bad. They're saying early 20s because they know that it's probably like 23 or 24. But they're saying early 20s to try to soften the blow. When you feel like you have to soften that blow, please shut the fuck up. That's insane. 14 and early 20s is preposterous work, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, legally it would be the adult's fault, no matter what. But morally, they both seem to be at fault. Prowls Madras
Morally? What is that fucking... Dude, what are you talking about?
responds to the no matter what message and says exactly.
Like, the punishment would be for the parent to fucking smack their kid. The punishment for the adult is like, maybe the cops. Like, what are you talking about?
You can do what you want, but I would suggest that you stop painting the minor as the aggressor here, even if it's true. Whew.
The word aggressor is crazy there. Just because they're the one being pushy doesn't mean anything. Just tell them to shut up. They're a kid. Ban them.
One who can truly be at fault here is the adult, and that's that.
True.
It doesn't look good when you talk about the minor being the baddie. I can only speak for
Well, he probably thinks the minor is a baddie. So
myself, though. Why can't anyone have any conviction? It's sad.
yeah, that's how it happens. That's how children get fucking harmed. It's that there's a bunch of gross people that want interactions with kids, and then there's the other ones that are just like, oh, I don't think I really agree, but, you know, it's okay. That's what it is.
Pure Hunter says, I care more about the truth than the law. Prowls Madras responds, I can understand that, I'm just saying it doesn't look great. I understand that the minor must have been a creep and definitely did wrong, but putting any focus on the actions of
The minor's a creep now? What the hell? Why do you have to speak to this person like this? This is insane.
the minor does not look great, that's all I'm saying. Later, my second video is uploaded, and Precure talks about the situation so far to someone who wants a quick rundown. Within that, they say that in my second video, I'm talking about their logic not being good enough because they said it's possible that the adult was groomed by the teenager. They say they banned 15th Watcher on the basis of a preponderance of evidence. You should have banned them because there is a message from them saying they sent a minor their thigh, clothed as it was, because the minor was pursuing them.
Yeah, obviously, you just need to get rid of that person. What the fuck?
No need for weighting probabilities or legal jargon. You say that, you get whacked.
Well, actually, you have to understand the nuances of feeling pressured by a 14-year-old into sending you thigh pics, okay?
Maybe it didn't happen. Maybe the pic wasn't that bad. No, you ban them. And they elaborate, stating the real problem with someone like me. The real overarching problem here, though, is that people don't like dealing with people who are undecided or entertaining unorthodox positions. Like, it's obviously inflammatory to think that the child was grooming the adult, and if you by definition think that it can only go the other way, then you'll bristle strongly at the mere suggestion of that.
What? What happens in your life to think that a child can groom an adult? I just want to know, like, what happens in your developmental cycle that makes you go, yeah, that could happen. That's definitely heavily within the realm of possibility. Very heavily in there. Like, what happens in your life, man? Like, I truthfully want to know, because I have no fucking understanding of how the fuck this is happening right now. This makes absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever.
They're memeing, yeah? This is just a meme, yeah? Haha, 4 chains. Then they explain the reason for ban that I showed you earlier. Kitty Des amongst that says, pfft, you think the underaged aren't the ones who are uncontrollably horny? You gotta pry them off each other with crowbars.
Doesn't seem like we needed that to be in the conversation. I was a horny kid, absolutely. Don't understand why that needs to be a part of the conversation about an adult sending a kid inappropriate pictures. I don't get that.
Sure, teens are hormonal, but we're talking about moderating a Discord server where minors and adults interact. Precure responds and explains that their comment about age was not a joke. Yeah, that too. That's why I said it's not like it's an 8-year-old comment. If you're sending pics to an 8-year-old, then obviously it's grooming. If you're sending it to a horny teenager that specifically requested them, that's less obvious.
The fuck are you talking about? Dude, this is why we need more, like, societal shame back. Holy fuck. Like, the fact that these people, like, it seems like so many people in this Discord disagree with this guy, but they're just like, yeah, I guess I get where you're going. What the fuck? What is happening? Do you realize if you have that opinion, like, your bloodline is at fault for the failures of the world? You're gonna raise kids that go, yeah, I guess that person was murdered and the murder is bad, but they did have a different skin color. Like, you're the type of person to do that. You're the type of person to, like, stop progress and even reverse it. Like, you're susceptible to the dumbest fucking things in the entire world. It's like the stupidest messages ever.
It was literally just about how plausible each story would be. Prazel says, but again, still a minor, and Precure
like, you're the kind of person, you're the progressive during the civil rights movement that was super sympathetic to fucking white people who were like, yeah, I can understand that they wouldn't have to want to look at a black person. I get that. Black people deserve to be treated as equals, but I get why you'd be disgusted by looking at one. Like, that's the type of person that these are. Sorry, guys, I got the race stuff in my head. I've been watching Godfather of Harlem. It's a pretty good show.
Responds, of course, but if you have identical moral considerations for a 15-year-old and an 8-year-old simply because they're both underage, you're living in a fantasy world that doesn't actually exist. We're talking about banning someone from Discord for being a creep. You don't have to measure which fraction of a ban you give them. Just hit them. No need to hesitate or wrestle with the philosophy of grooming. You nailed them eventually, but you were struggling. People chit-chat and the Precure ends up talking about the problems with the age of consent in general. Very epic Reddit chungus.
What?
Ends up talking about the...
Yeah, that's one of the problems with age of consent in general. Like, sure, it's a practical, straightforward, and useful line to draw to protect children from adult predators, but it gives people this warped perspective. What? Maturation isn't like flipping on a light switch on your 18th birthday, and now you're somehow an entirely different person than the day before. It's gradual, but the legal line in people's minds just overwrites all that complexity with an arbitrary minor/adult distinction. We're talking about like a 14-year-old and like a 23-year-old, by the way. But furthermore, I mean, dude, what is your fucking issue? These people are freaks. These people are freaks. But they, like, you know what the solution that they want is? A maturity test. Because there's no other alternative. They're saying that, like, you can't draw an arbitrary line. You can. I'm sure that there are people who are 17 with the maturity of some 19-year-olds and people who are 20 with the maturity of some 14-year-olds and all that. Mentally, sure, that might exist. At the end of the day, we need to fucking draw the line in the sand at 18, which we still need to draw it a little harder because there are states that it's at 16. And, like, any other suggestion is like this is what this guy wants. This person wants a maturity test for kids so that he can try to have sex with children. That's what they want. That's what their alternative is. Because they think about it a lot. They think about the philosophy of children and adults dating each other. You're fucking freaks. It's insane, dude.
The problems with the age of consent in general. Very epic Reddit chungus, my dude. This person cannot be a moderator on a server that welcomes kids. How the fuck is that controversial?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. All right, let's roll out into the last one, baby. Let's roll out.
Today, I'm going to be fulfilling a promise. It's one I'm very happy to fulfill.
Oh, this is called Leaflits Discord Redemption. I think the redemption word is going a little too hard here, considering the type of person that it took, how much convincing it took for this person to finally take action.
And it's one the person I made it to probably doesn't know I made, but I'm going to fulfill it nonetheless. Here it is. Leaflet, as I showed earlier, your server originally banned minors. You went backwards. You do that and or deal with your mods. I'm just gonna say, nice. What I've seen going on in your stuff is insane. I'm glad to announce that her server has a new set of rules. They no longer tolerate minors, and following from that, the second thing I'll point out is they've gotten rid of the adult channel. They no longer allow...
None of this matters, truthfully. They don't deserve accolades for doing the bare minimum that they couldn't do before they were caught. And on top of that, if their Discord server used to not allow minors in there, then they're just going to go back again. There's no reason to give this Leaflet person a win for any of this. There's literally no reason. It doesn't matter. Because they don't care. They spent like hours on a stream rationalizing why this was okay, and now they're doing it because they're folding to public pressure. There's no reason to give them any honor or accolades for doing the fucking bare minimum. It's insane. Like, we don't need to be like, well, there's a redemption. There's no redemption. There's waiting it out and probably going back to the same fucking pathetic behavior like they were doing before. Like, it's insane.
Not safe for work at all, and they don't allow sexual conversations between people. Nice. And given what's been going on, wise. Pretty clear. Worth copying even. Not gonna lie, on Saturday, before those rules went into effect, I was starting to get real concerned. Because that's also the day I saw this clip from Mama Okko explaining that he learned from Leaflet why minors were allowed. So this is originally an 18+ server that at some point they decided to open up to kids. I don't know when exactly or why, and my obvious suggestion is to go back to that. I don't think that's too crazy or evil
So I know why.
at all. People have
I know why.
Leaflet told me. And I don't necessarily agree with this opinion. This is just what
I don't necessarily agree with this opinion. Wow, it must be a really reasonable opinion that we could kind of both sides.
she told me the mindset was.
Yeah.
They don't want kids to go to Discord servers that like would be full of trans individuals and trans ideologies, and they would like to educate kids better.
I know my whole...
I mean, guys, we did it. That. Guys, we gotta let 14-year-olds look at porn in my private Discord server that my mommy actually owns. Because what if they talk to a trans person? It's interesting. Every fucking accusation is a confession, dude. This Leaflet person's Discord is a fucking threat to children and their developing brains. But somehow trans people got involved because they have NSFW channels where they send lolly to each other, but there's also a Bible study channel. And so it makes it kind of okay. Just like, I guess, the Catholic Church when they were molesting kids. What is the rationale here, dude? It's fucking insane. Holy fuck.
The whole point has basically been you can't just entirely wash your hands of everything in spaces you control and just say, well, it's the parents' fault. But deliberately welcoming minors so they'll be with you so you can teach them about trans stuff is a creepy extreme in the other direction. You know, I'd seen the hesitance to ban the kid who was lusting after trans femmes. I'd seen how Leaflet would jump into action personally when it was about trans slurs, when this person asked her to, but in contrast was acting like there's nothing she could have done about this. I mean, the thigh pic was sent by some gender-bent femboy. And before...
What the fuck is a gender-bent femboy? What the fuck? Are we getting transphobic here? What's happening?
Before his ban and before these rule changes, he could be seen in there talking to another person who claims to be a minor like this. No, I am not going to read that. The worst of what I saw being told, another person who claims to be a minor like this. No.
Yeah, I'm not going to read that either.
No, I am not going to read that. The worst of what I saw being tolerated had a very distinctly LGBT flavor to it in there. And then I find out about how Leaflits Mama Sari used to use a very, very unique username in a bunch of places. I reached out with a tweet and via Mama Oko, and it was confirmed that that is Asari's old username. It's also the username of a Pornhub account that for the last 8 years has really been liking trans people. Leaflet and her mother deny that that account is hers, despite it being an incredible...
Wait, what?
Also, the use and very BT. No, I am not going to read that. The worst of what I saw being tolerated had a very distinctly LGBT flavor to it in there. And then I find out about how Leaflits Mama Sari used to use a very, very unique username in a bunch of places. I reached out with a tweet and via Mama Oko, and it was confirmed that that is Asari's old username.
What the fuck?
It's also the username of a Pornhub account that for the last 8 years has really been liking trans people. Leaflet and her mother deny that that account is hers, despite it being an incredibly unique username. So, you know, just a 1 in a million coincidence. Oh.
Wow, that's incredible. Dude, I listen, every single time I say it, every single time I tell you that the most transphobic fucking conservatives are like obsessed with trans people, they jerk off to them, or they are trans themselves and they hate themselves, or the same thing when it comes to how much like being homophobic. And every fucking day we're proved right, dude. Every fucking day we're proved right. Holy shit.
Okay, but you can see why I was starting to lose it on Saturday. The kinds of stuff that used to happen in that server looked like the owner might be a massive T-girl gooner.
That's why they all will say stuff like being gay or trans is a degeneracy. That when conservatives say that, instantaneously I know it's a self-report, because like that's not any normal person's opinion on gay and trans people. Is not that they are like some kind of perverted thing, because all the gay and trans people I know are just normal fucking people. But conservatives, they think so. The conservatives that think that, it's because all they do is lust after them. They're constantly horny for gay and trans people. So anytime a gay or a trans person exists, they're like, oh, this is a sex thing because my penis is hard right now. My cunny is throbbing. Dude, it's like, what the fuck, bro?
And the reason they actively wanted kids in there was to teach them about trans people and trans ideology. But changes have been made, so long as they're enforced. Nice. I don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. But this is a very short video and someone wanted my attention. I'd also like to address the #1 criticism of what I've been doing. So in this video I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A funny little fella called Kiss of Envy on Twitter, YouTube, Discord, Twitch, so on. They're kind of a big deal actually. They're a 10-year plus producer and audio engineer.
Wow, crazy.
Okay, I like that. I fuck with that, actually.
That's pretty cool. I used to do some stuff like that back in the day. If you've ever played SCP Containment Breach and heard this. That track's mine. But back to the matter. For some reason, now that the server's been fixed, total
I don't understand what that means.
Hassan Piker victory as far as I'm concerned. And I've told people
what is Hassan Piker?
Now that the server's been fixed, total Hassan Piker
I banned it because he was staunchy. What is this?
Victory is
Oh, is it because they were just saying like Hassan bad? That is a big tactic from them to just say Hassan bad the second that anything happens. By the way, guys, Hassan is bad. I have to make sure you know that. I don't. I have to, guys. No, but it's such a fucking virtue signal. It's just like anytime these people do some weird ass shit, especially with kids, it's just like, yeah, well, Hassan's bad. It's like, okay, great. That's really relevant in our conversation here.
As far as I'm concerned, I've told people about it everywhere but in a video, which is what I'm doing here. They are extra riled up. You know, coming to my stream, tweeting at me, so on and so forth. Not complaining. I like when people do that. Especially when someone like this does. Here's that attention you ordered. I hope you enjoy it. So one of Kiss of Envy's issues, and many other people's issues, is the belief that I was just trying to maximize harm. Kiss of Envy has been tweeting at me about how I've just tried to present things in the worst possible light. I wasn't trying to get the thing to happen that I said I wanted to happen, that has now happened, and I've now said I'm happy has happened. No, I was just trying to hurt people. Actually,
guys, don't hurt the pedophiles, please. Trump, don't hurt him. Don't hurt Trump, please. Guys, he's not a pedophile. He just probably is one, okay?
reality, Well, I needed to show you stuff to demonstrate that things need to
Where's the client list? Sorry.
change because they are all up. A major consideration was not doing more than I needed to. Kiss of envy. I protected you, and now I'm going to undo that. In my first video about Leaflits Discord server, I covered a person who said they were a minor, and I showed you another person who they'd been talking to who admitted to sending them a thigh pic while claiming to be an adult. In my second video, I featured Kiss of Envy, the hero. Once I'd shone a light on it and let everyone know, Envy was on it, fighting with the mods to get this freak banned.
All right.
The fact a legal adult is sending any sort of provocative pics to a minor is a problem. Massive text. Hell yeah. You know about that? You have to do something about it. Any reasonable person would. You know, after my video, they were saying stuff like, he sent a thigh pic to a 15-year-old. Even if not pedo behavior, that's 100% creep behavior.
It was a he who sent it? I thought it was a girl. Weird. It's all weird, actually.
They can be seen explaining to a mod that it's a liability not just to the community or the server, but most importantly, to the minors that are in this server. Having someone like that around is unacceptable. Something has to be done. That's the implication, right? They clearly agree with me. Great. There's a little problem, though. While I was going back and forth with Kiss of Envy on Twitter, a guy stepped in to defend them. So I asked him, an adult tells you they sent a thigh pic of themselves to a minor online in a Discord server, how would you react? And would you be chill with continuing to hang out with them? Kiss of Envy replies, for the record, and your own videos show this, I don't like the guy. In fact, most of us didn't. We tolerated him. We all even went to the local arcade to celebrate, played some games, ate some food. It was a fun one. I said, yes, my accusation is that you tolerated a guy who told you he sent a pic of his thigh to a minor. You weren't supposed to just say it. And then Kiss of Envy does something very weird, a strange deflection. Once mods were aware of what happened, the guy got banned, so this is just proving the point that I'm just a disingenuous and manipulative dumbass. Sorry, I didn't say anything about the mods or the server. That's been dealt with. I said, you, Kiss of Envy, you tolerated this guy. Now, Kiss of Envy was happy to respond to all the stuff I was saying, and has been responding to people since, and chatting about other things. But when I replied to that tweet with, and when did you learn about the guy sending the thigh pic, Envy? That has been left untouched. What's going on, big guy?
Oh, interesting. Now I'm understanding where this is going. So how long ago did they know about? So we're saying that he knew about it for a while, probably, and didn't do anything about it, and was just like tolerating the behavior. Like, okay, that's weird, but I'm not gonna get involved.
You were all ready to rumble, ready to fight, bringing me the fire? Why suddenly so quiet? Elsewhere on Twitter, Telos said to them, if I find out there's kids talking about sexual shit around me, and someone is openly catering to them, referring to the person who sent the thigh pic, my answer is, ban this guy, and the kid, or I'm out of here. Not, teehee, tolerate the chomo time. Kiss of Envy says they agree, and that the guy should have been banned then and there. So Telos says, when you see a person like that, you demand the ban or you leave. Kiss of Envy agrees. But this question I asked that they didn't answer for some reason, I can answer for you. So here's the admission from the creep. I already have dread thinking about my past interactions with him. I sent him a fully covered and clothed thigh picture once to get him to shut up. I fear I made it much, much worse. Obviously insane, but think for a second. What would your reaction reading someone saying that in a server you're in be? How is Kiss of Envy presenting themselves now that I've made it public? How have they said they would react? If your answer is anything even slightly normal, you're wrong. Back on the 19th of December, Kiss of Envy's direct reply to the admission was, yeah, that encouraged him. That 100% made it worse. People like that often emotionally latch onto anyone willing to listen to their problems and can often develop somewhat of an obsessive feeling.
Damn, dude, that's fucking crazy. Wow. Exposed, dude. I mean, I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but he just got exposed, bro. That's fucking crazy. Damn. His first response was to blame the minor. We love it. We love to see it, guys. Nothing says I want kids to be safe more than blaming kids for being unsafe by adult, when an adult does it. You know what I mean? That was a great sentence. You understand my point.
Makes that admission to you, and you tell them that the problem is feeding the minor's obsession. You know, making the problem worse for yourself. And not, for instance, at mods, ban this freak. You're certainly trying to give everyone the impression now that that's what you would have done. But no, that's actually just what you say once I turn over the rock you guys were wriggling around under. Envy is taking advantage.
If this guy was a person that anybody cared about, they'd be fucking cooked right now. Like if the fucking Envy or whatever his name is.
Of my protection of them to trick poor suckers like this keen VTuber guy into defending them like this. Your own videos show Envy not being cool with that, and he was one of the ones calling it to the attention of the mods. Sorry, Envy, I'm just gonna scroll real quick through the admission and your response to it and go beyond, and, where is you wanting this guy banned? When I brought attention to it months later, that's what you started saying. When it happened, you were actually talking with the person who claimed they sent the pic about how suspicious the person who said they were a kid was. And then you continued to...
It's so interesting. We're still saying said that he was a kid. I mean, I guess they might not be a kid, but I'm pretty convinced that they were a kid at this point.
Chit-chat with this person you think is a creep, freak, and a danger to kids about your music branding. Now, Envy is accusing me of painting everything in the worst possible light, but this isn't even what I protected you from. Envy wasn't just chill with this person after the admission, which Envy directly acknowledged. Envy actually defended what occurred, that they might not understand that they did. Let me explain. Another user called Daveboy also responded to Watch's admission. Stop there. I've been there. I don't tell people this ever, especially publicly. I've been there.
You've been where? Sending kids pictures?
I was only 18. They weren't yet. It was over the internet, just like this. It wasn't even that bad. My life was never the same. I never thought of myself the same until now. It takes forever to get over. DM if you...
What? Are they recounting trauma that they had from sending a kid pictures?
want to know more. Just know you did the right thing, referring to the person who made that admission eventually agreeing to block the person who said they're a kid, which I think is...
What the fuck? Dude, that's so weird. Are you telling me that this person was admitting that they had sent a kid fucking pictures? How old are you? 18. How old was the kid? Were they 16? Then I guess I don't care. I just don't understand. Why are we empathizing with this person? I'm so confused.
kind of blown out of the water by the admission of sending a pic, because going any further is what hell on earth feels like. Kiss of Envy responded, not gonna lie, I feel like if you're 18, that's a bit different. Guess who else in that very conversation says they're 18? Oopsie doopsie, Kiss. Whoops. You'll say that's totally unacceptable now after my video. Hardline no, just unacceptable. Get rid of people like that. How did you behave back then? Did you fucking think I was gonna let you accuse me of deliberately causing maximum harm? That I was scrambling to point out anything I could for no good reason? While you actively benefit from the very harm reduction principles I was following? There you go, you stupid bitch. There's my...
Okay. Jesus.
Response to your criticism. I showed what I thought was necessary to demonstrate there was a problem with the culture, the rules, the format, and the moderation of the server, and I continued to apply pressure for as long as the change hadn't happened, because one of the problems, as I emphasized, was hesitation to act. We've seen over and over that these people need to be pushed. If I was just trying to cause maximum harm, as opposed to doing the gadfly thing where you poke and prod to make change, I would have included this. And more. Kiss of Envy, and everyone else saying the same. I hope you're satisfied that I've addressed your criticism.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Yeah, dude, listen, this fucking Leaflet person's a freak. I mean, it's not just the whole NSFW Discord thing is already insane enough, but the constant, harsh defending of it is even worse. It took him fucking 5 business days just to decide to say, you know what? Probably shouldn't have kids in here. So, but yeah, what else could you expect from a fucking Taku fan, am I right?